Our recording. Did you zoom in a little bit, Al?
No, she was
Get off my face, you asshole.
We
Was
should
it
probably
just looks
follow
very
our
far away? No,
Oh.
it's okay.
Do you want me to zoom in?
No.
Prepared you are. I love that.
There's no
And then everything gets messed up.
You're such an
Yeah, you lose it.
Yeah.
So we are playing a one-off today.
Why? We don't even know what we're doing.
No, I don't
Why
wait.
Why don't we wait?
Wait.
Let's all talk
Listen,
over each other.
Listen.
Hey,
The audience gets to see what our role-playing experience. Can you let me talk? Can you believe this shit?
Now all of a
None of
sudden,
us talk
we
over
can't
each
talk
other,
over each
and
other.
this asshole talks over me like some sort of Jeff. Put the fucking dog down.
Why do you keep putting the dog up? She just...
Sit down. Sit down.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, you've actually been good. You keep doing whatever you're doing.
I'd be good. I picked
No,
the
you
dog
shut your
up.
fucking mouth.
No.
All right. So back in the day, before we actually started to play D&D 5e,
Real estate.
it was always chaotic. it was always chaotic like this. And what we did was we would sit down if we were going to play. We would always call it D&D, but it was never D&D. And
G&G.
it was always G&G. Oh my goodness, that's what we called it, Gallows and Graves. Which I may.
I've never heard that phrase before. Once in my
I
life.
actually have a project that I think I would like to talk to you guys
I don't do butt stuff.
afterward.
Not for cheap.
Yes, talk to us about that.
So, what we're going to do is what we used to do always whenever we played RPGs is we would sit down and we would say, I would say, what do you guys want to play? Because I was usually the one running it. So, I ask you, what do you want to play? And this can fall into different categories. Do you want to play what we call an apocalyptic, where you play yourselves in a post-apocalyptic scenario or a currently going downhill scenario where the world is falling apart? Do you want to play zombie apocalypse, where again you can play yourselves or at least people in realistic worlds? I like that sketch.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll give you the brand information after. Very nice.
We can play anything that you guys can pull out of your imaginations, or a setting or a world. We can play like fantasy. We can play My World, where we play in on the Chronos or on the Pangea, like we do in normal D&D, but in a different setting. What kind of game are you guys feeling? Can you stop licking
I want a
my
world of
balls
just
through
slime.
my pants?
I want to play a slime.
What are you
My
teaching?
world-
Do you want to play a slime? Fun fact.
No.
I know a guy who created a playable slime character. He actually, remember how you played
Jelly
Jelly Steinfeld?
Sounds
He
terrible.
actually made a real class, like called the Jubilex, and you play a person who is a slime. It's fucking awesome. He played it in a one shot.
It was
Honey, it's
potentially
a leaf.
Headhunter's father was Jelly Slime.
Potentially Headhunter's father. What do you mean? Oh.
It's
So any
I
thoughts?
like post-apocalyptic and zombies.
Okay, you like the zombie apocalypse ideas. What are you thinking?
Did you see the new fish race that came out on D&D?
All right. What are you thinking? For what kind of setting?
I'm good. I'm used to us doing like zombies and post-apocalypse.
Okay, yeah, we're getting some for
I'm
zombie.
gonna
Now these
play
are.
Martin.
We can also do steampunk or whatever, or like whatever, or any video game setting or whatever. But
Call of Duty.
Three of us just died.
Talia, any thoughts or any preferences, or are you just like, fuck it? I'll
I
jump
have
for
no preferences. If we can't come up with something, we can always like come up with 6 ideas and then roll a d6.
it? That's a great idea, actually. I like that.
I roll my die to decide everything.
Look at
If
the
I come up with
horizon.
something about a
Look at the
character, I'm like,
horizon.
oh, what
Alright.
sexuality are they? Roll a d6.
Alright, if you want to buy that, you're welcome
That's
to.
awesome.
No,
And god damn it, you keep surprising me. Like, it's suddenly I'm sitting here and then suddenly tongue in my hand. So
Like you're not used to that.
love you. I love you.
Post-apoc, zombie, steampunk, two or three more.
Slime roll.
Slime world.
Why the fuck is slime world is
I
not
don't
one
even
of
want
them?
that.
It is
I will
now.
leave
Slime world.
What type of slime are you?
vinegar.
D6. How about well,
Specifically.
steampunk Wild West kind of goes hand.
Horror.
Horror
house.
Horror. We could do straight.
Haunted.
All right, so a haunted house one.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I'll blank
fans
that
coming
out.
after
Yeah,
us.
can you please cut
I'll
that?
blank that out.
Last thing
Just put a
we
loud beep
last
over
thing
it.
Number 6.
Fish.
Fish people.
No, fish.
Do you? Fish people might be pretty great.
Fish
That would
people.
be terrible.
Roll a d6, Evan.
I'm playing.
All right,
boy.
now are we? So what are the options? Zombie apocalypse.
Post-apocalyptic, apocalyptic, zombie, steampunk, slime world, horror in our small town, and fish people.
What if we replace
Okay,
Slime World with like
fish.
cryptids and UFOs?
I hate
We're gonna have to
Can you
re-roll
stop
Wait, which
licking
one?
my fucking pants?
I'm saying, what if we replace Slime World with like cryptids
Cool.
and UFOs?
Slime World.
Yeah, we're New
Walters.
Jersey.
Oh,
World.
sci-fi, just a straight sci-fi.
Mothman.
Yeah, like weird
New Jersey
stuff,
stuff.
like aliens.
Weird shit.
And
I like
Slime
survive
World
the
has
Jersey
been replaced with
Devils or
cryptids.
whatever.
Cryptids.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
There you go. So slime world has been replaced by cryptids. All right, we ready, gang?
And fish is still on the
Cowards.
menu.
Fish people still
This fish people is absolutely still on the menu
I don't-
because you guys have run into fish people. The Toa, I think.
I refuse to play the fish breaker.
3. What's 3?
Steampunk.
Oh, I like it.
Oh.
So here's how we're gonna run this. You all decide who or what the fuck you want to be,
Done.
or people or whatever. Okay.
We're doing steampunk?
When it comes, yeah. So think whatever you want to be, but steampunkize it. Now, any kind of weapons or shit that come here, please. Any kind of weapons or shit, absolutely allowed. You know, guns. Will you please? What is it in your?
I want to steam this. It's
What
just
the fuck are
steam.
you even doing? You haven't done that all day. Go get your toy. What the fuck was that? I'm gonna close this. You can't get in there. I don't know how to close this.
It's okay.
She's gonna get
It's
in.
meant to outsmart dogs.
Ooh, I can't figure it out.
Exactly.
There you go. There you go. You can't get in. You're trapped. So,
Get distracted.
think about what you want to be. We are going to play in. We are going to be in my Kronos world because I have a steampunk area known as Industus. It is a Wild Westy, steampunky kind of situation.
But doesn't have industry.
It absolutely has. No, get down.
She's okay.
No, she's not.
Joel.
That.
So, Jeff. Now let me go ahead and make a town. You guys are all going to be in the town of Lone Star. Now, Lone Star,
Biggest ticks.
they do have very big ticks. Lone Star is in a think the area, the atmosphere, and the environment much like Nevada or things like that. Not so many like forests and things. A lot of mountains and expanses of dry. Arid landscape, tumbleweeds, there's cacti. People get around on all kinds of different vehicles and horses, and also strange steampunk contraptions. Sometimes they have airships. And if any of you want an airship or a crazy boat, by all means, it doesn't matter, we're doing one shot. But Lone Star is a pretty big town. It's got a lot of, and by town, I guess I mean more like a smaller city. It does have tall buildings as well as sort of a Wild West kind of feel throughout the streets, as the streets are not very well paved and are more still kind of the cracked earth and dirt of the land. The people make their way in the town with various different jobs. A lot of people craft their own things. Some people make a living protecting others. Some people make a living going out on the roads and being highwaymen. Obviously, they're not known to do that, but they may put on a mask and go do it. But a lot of people work in the factories of Lone Star, crafting all kinds of mechanized devices used for the grand airships and bizarre mechanical things of Industus. Now, in this city, you can make a living doing just about anything. I'm tapping my feet, and it might be hearing it. I'm not sure. You can make a living doing a lot of stuff. You could be a mercenary hired to protect cargo as it moves to and from. You could be an airship captain whose job it is to either move legal goods or smuggle. You could be an inventor. There's tons of inventors who are always coming up with the new greatest thing. A chemist who's trying to come up with the new greatest thing. Snake oil salesman. You know what I mean? But for inventions as well as tonics. Or you could be a bounty hunter, bringing down bounties out from the wilds and bringing them back to justice. So, if you have any thoughts on what... Now, normally you guys would get a little bit more heads up, but we're spitting this one fast and dirty because Jeff fucked up with the whole camera setup, and he ruined everybody's life.
I ruined Christmas.
Today.
That tree.
Did Jeff
it's
ruin
not
your
on.
life today, Amanda?
Let's turn the Christmas tree on.
Did he ruin your life today?
At a
Alex?
very early age.
You ruined your life at a very early age. You never really had a chance, to be honest. So let's start with, because he completely
everything up.
he made everybody poop today. Let's start with Jack.
I am Callahan Weathersby. I'm a windracer. Think of the thing from Titan AE that Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He has
yeah.
a
I love
wingman gun and pilot goggles that looks like a World War II fighter pilot.
So
He
you're a
is-
racer.
Yes, but he's also a scavenger from smugglers.
Did you have this pre?
No.
Did
Yeah.
you just create this
I
on the
also
spot?
just randomized a character.
Fuck yeah, I love it,
No, I
guys.
did. It was a note thing.
Why are you yelling at her? She just
Wait, are we using 5e?
no, you don't
No.
have to.
I randomized a character.
Why are you yelling at her? Because she randomized a character.
He wanted to be special.
No, I thought you were judging.
Whatever you
Callahan
do,
Weathersby.
make sure whatever you guys do, nobody uses character voices today, because Jeff gets really upset. he may just freak out and yell at you in the middle of
I did
your
not
of your-
yell.
He doesn't
Yeah.
care about that.
So what's the name again?
Callahan Weathersby.
Callahan Weathersby? I love it. Let me get my notebook. Let's make this fucking legit.
I'm turning a Christmas
We
tree on.
write it down in the
It's
science.
gonna turn
right?
on by itself.
Thank you.
Now you are a
Fine,
racer.
fine.
So what?
I'm a scavenger.
Do you
And
race on the
food.
side, or are you just a scavenger?
I want to race, but I need to be
I like that even better. Okay, then you go like what is her name? Rey from the new Star Wars. You go out beyond the bounds of the city into like the outer lands of Industus to try to go to ruins, of which there are many, and things like that. So Callahan Weatherby. Okay, Weatherby. I like it. How old are you? Young?
It's 20 something.
20 something? Alright. Talia, do you have a character?
I am EB. They are a automaton who was programmed to be a butler. But their cogs got messed up at some point, so now they're just really fucking rude.
Okay.
So they're not allowed to be a butler anymore. They work as a bartender, who somehow got mixed up with all these folks.
That's fucking fantastic.
I love. Is that the baby?
Yeah, I just really quickly sketched something out.
That's fucking great, actually. You guys are just coming up with these. These are really good. Julie.
I'm playing Martin Gavril again.
Oh no.
Yeah. Deal with him.
Martin, what's the name?
Gavril.
Gavril.
Yeah.
I assume he is the same job that he always does.
Hitman.
Okay, well you just said it, so that's good.
Yeah, specifically for this, he's often hired in this city to by inventors to kill other inventors for a competition.
That's
I like it.
would absolutely
Okay.
be a real thing. Yes.
So he's making good money right now.
Okay, I love it.
Spending it all.
You're spending
drugs.
all the money on drugs. Good. Amanda.
My character will be Nidris Sunmeadow,
Okay, you definitely randomized that one. I love it.
and I'm thinking bounty hunter with a background in medicine.
A bounty hunter. All right. All right. Now you can't be a bounty hunter.
There goes my character.
Just kidding.
But
Go
mercenary.
Or you two might know each other. Well, I don't. I'm just assuming what you are. Go ahead. What are you?
Why would you assume?
Racist?
That's the dumb one again.
It's almost like you play the same guy every game we ever play.
So my name is Duster Dirt. I look exactly like Aaron Black from Mortal Kombat,
Oh fuck yes.
And-
That's perfect. That's perfect.
and I'm a hired gun or bounty hunter.
Merc or bounty hunter. Okay.
Dude, we
So
can put
you-
both together at some point.
In another world. Oh
like I
god.
know you.
That was before when we were evil. That was in our old campaign. You guys
Yeah.
killed. That was a couple thousand people. In
We
that
sunk
boat.
a
You made a
casino
beautiful
bridge.
map and we just blew the
I
shit.
made a map of the whole thing, and you're like, "Fuck it."
Put a
why don't
hole in it.
Your job was to blow. Your job was to blow it up and then go underwater and steal the. That was very good. Very cool. Okay. Nidris, Duster, Martin, EB, and Callahan. I love it. Now, EB, what is the bar that you work in?
No, it's copyrighted.
Think like steampunky.
I know.
You know what I mean?
The steam saloon.
Is there any drink that rhymes with gear?
The
Beer.
squeaker.
Beer.
The squeaky
The beer
wheel.
gear.
Jesus.
Just gonna soften that
What
one.
about beers and gears?
Sure.
I'll Unless you had something else.
You know, the number one drink.
Beers and N, a big N, gears.
The and is in here.
Now,
It's an
would
ampersand.
EB work in a nice place or probably
That's
a shitty
it.
place where he
Oh,
is?
it's shitty.
Yeah,
It's
where,
really questionable.
where-
It's dirty.
where their bad personality doesn't affect the
Yeah.
day to
He
day.
like leaks oil everywhere too, and he doesn't give a fuck about it.
Is he like
Blames other
putty
people for
putty? Like does he like make noises?
A
Whatever?
little bit, because he's a little automaton. He's made out of cogs and things, not electricity, so it'll be like.
He's a little
Can you?
And he's pouring drinks.
elbowing shit off the counter.
So like every turn of yours, can you roll for how loud you're being? Sure.
Okay.
Fuck it, why not?
Okay. So let's go like old school fucking RPG shit. And let's say that you, not EB, with the exception of EB, every one of you has received a letter requesting your presence at the Beers and Gears for a possible job opportunity. And the letter was from one Winston?
Churchill.
Stop it.
Immediately.
Winston Weatherford. Winston
Is
Weatherford.
he related to me?
No, your name is Weatherby.
I know. Why couldn't we be related?
Because I hate you. So, Winston Weatherford is a known nobleman in the city. He has a company, let's say it is...
Toy company.
Winston's Wind-Ups. He owns a toy company. Is that what you said? Did you say toy company?
Yeah.
Yep. That you must have just put it right in my brain. So Winston's Wind-Ups. Now he is very wealthy. Winston and Winston's Wind-Ups is a very wealthy man.
Wow.
So if he so if he's hiring for a job means money and drugs. Means
A toy company, okay.
money also
biggest
for
drug
you.
companies.
Now, here's a question: do you three do you two know each other because you run in the same groups, or did you want to not know each
She
other?
probably stole a couple bounties from me.
Oh, I like it. I like that very much. Okay. And you it's probably safe to say that you always bring bounties in alive. Is that correct, Nidris?
Yes.
Because whereas you not so much. You do what you need to do. As you never. Actually, they're always dead. So okay. I'm gonna say then you three probably know of each other because you run in the same circles of these sort of criminal element, or well, you at least deal with criminal elements and such what.
We go by, we high five, but we never let go.
Exactly. Well, you don't high five, but maybe. So
Steam 5.
all of you have been invited to the Beers and Gears to meet with Winston Weatherford. Now, Winston Weatherford would not normally meet people in this kind of bar, this kind of establishment. So this job might be seedy in nature, or he may not want people to know he's here. As the letter did advise some discretion. Now then, we will start with EB. EB,
Yes.
a very wealthy nobleman comes walking into your bar. Now, do you own the bar or simply run it?
I think I would run it. I don't think it would be legal for me to own it.
Okay, because you're a robot.
I'm a robot.
So he comes in and he is wearing a very bright, multicolored coat. He has large goggles which are up on his head because it's steampunk shit. He has a leather corset because it's steampunk shit that is adorned with other stuff and things. His nails are painted a different color, each one, as he runs Winston's Wind-Ups. And so he's very loud and boisterous in his approach, and he walks into this bar which I would assume that the bar is nothing but like brass and rust and dirt and dust. I would assume. So he very much stands out as he opens up the door, and you can see behind him are two very hardcore looking soldiers, definitely his security. But he seems completely oblivious to any kind of danger that may be coming his way. And he makes his way over to the bar post haste, and he sits down at a stool and looks around, and then looks at you, looks you up and down because of your business. What do you look like, EB?
That.
A little baby.
A Okay, so you
That's
have
like
a big ugly dumb head
Yeah,
on like a bouncy like.
exactly. His
Spring
whole
neck.
little body is like kind of bouncy.
He's, like,
except for,
gangly,
like,
sort
the
of.
body parts.
Okay, so you're like very segmented.
Like a goofy version of the black robot in Rogue One. But
Kind of, yeah. Just very goofy, and you can see like cog pieces working in different parts of like the actual chunky parts of his body that aren't on
Okay.
like the little springy parts.
Very good. I love it. I love it. And so he turns to you and goes, "Well, my goodness, look at you."
What would you like?
And he looks around to a sign that says beers and beers. He goes, "I guess I'll take a beer. Do you have any juice?"
Juice,
He turns around and then starts to serve him up a beer.
Oh dear, oh my goodness. Look at you. Bouncing all over the place, you silly one.
Wobbles back over and like jambles over and like really noisily just drops it from like right here onto the
some of the liquid spills out. Oh, so rustic. And he turns to the security who are standing up and just, "Oh,
Money.
why of course, of course." And he reaches in, and he pulls out a small pouch, counts it, and he goes, "For the good service." And he gives you a what appears to be an actual gold coin, which is far more. This is worth like a couple copper. He just gave you a gold coin.
Edie's got like these slots in his face, so he's just gonna.
Are you? Did you just eat that?
He bounces away to go
Alrighty
something
then.
else.
Now, does Evie have any weapons on him at all?
No. I think maybe you could scrunch up his body enough and then let him go and he can a projectile, but that's the closest that he's got.
As you wander away, Winston's drinking his drink. Tell me, who built you?
Evie's head like spins
Oh,
up.
I love that.
I was built by the manufacturer, and then he lists off a bunch of really long serial numbers and like letters and things, and just nothing identifiable to someone who didn't build robots.
I know that factory well. It's not one of mine, but I know it very well. Interesting. Now, what are you doing here?
Why do you ask?
Because you're
It's
mine.
none of your fucking business.
Ooh! My
Evie starts
goodness.
walking backwards, but his head is still turned all the way around.
He's walking correctly, but his head is still backwards.
No, like
his body.
he's walking backwards because his head is flipped all the way around.
Oh, he's walking backwards
Yeah.
towards him.
Yeah.
Well, my goodness, did someone program all that sass into you?
No. Why do you think I'm working here? Do you think I would like to live in a sludge bucket? No. Stop asking so many questions.
My goodness,
I said,
that's fascinating, isn't it? And the security just staring up, blinking one eye at a time. Well then, I'm expecting some people to come in here, Robert. What's your designation? Or did anyone give you a name?
I am Evie.
Oh, that's nice. Did someone name you that?
It's none of your fucking business.
Oh, I love it! Well, I have some people that should be arriving shortly. If they come in and they say they're looking for Winston, then you can send them right over to that table. That's where I'll be.
You really think you don't stand out? Look around
And
you.
he turns, everybody is looking at him with like dirty eyes, and he goes, "Huh. Not a very festive place, is it?"
Evie starts turning his body over and I'm looking at his head in the same spot.
Alright, bye! And he goes and sits in his corner. Now then, who arrives first? 1, 2, 3. You arrive first. Martin?
Yeah, I'll head in and I'll head straight to the bar because, of course.
So, Martin, EB, you watch as a man approaches.
Yeah.
What does Martin look like?
He looks like he's kind of raggedy.
Okay.
He's got like short curly hair, like a long round face, and he's like just big.
Okay.
Is he
He's a
big?
boy.
I
He's
always thought he was like thin.
no, he's like pretty thick
Kind of
built,
big guy.
but he's like on like more average male height. He's just kind of bigger.
Okay. What does he dress in?
He
Clothes?
just. How do you know? Why are you assigning him clothes?
Could be a nudist.
Skin
He
man.
could be naked.
Just whatever you do, just don't use a character voice. He'll
He
leave you
just-
alone. Julie, or Jeff tends to bully us. But
Yeah, I know. He's the biggest bully at this
Did
table.
nothing of this sort.
He just wears like some jeans and a jacket, just
Okay.
some plain shit.
Alright.
He has a bulletproof vest on under his jacket.
Under his jacket? Okay, cool. Does he just
And-
kind of leave it like out, or does he zip up the, or does he just not care if
He
people
doesn't
see it?
care if
Okay.
people see. He has also his black melee gloves for
They have like
punches.
notches in the things.
notches and the
well, we can
claws
see
on
what-
it. Yeah,
Okay, well there you go. All right, so we'll say that those are kind of up,
yeah.
like on the fingers, and so they look like these odd little metallic bits on the
Yeah.
top of his fingers, but they will extend if you need them.
Heck yeah.
So you go to the bar.
So I go to the bar, and I'll lean on the counter. and I'll-
Evie turns around.
Yes, please.
What would you call? And then like goo just spits on his face onto you.
Not even gonna dodge it.
Did you roll for that?
Yeah,
What is it,
and
like
rolling
oil?
every time he has like
Yeah,
an
what's-
interaction.
What's the substance?
It's like an
Because I'm
oil.
licking it.
It's like a, just like a lubricant for all the cogs and things to make sure that it works, but obviously there's a leak somewhere.
Alright, so it tastes like something I shouldn't eat then.
It probably doesn't taste good. Like,
You don't know what he likes.
okay, well, yeah, okay.
What
What would you like? And you've got like oil dripping down the little mouthpiece that he has.
The worst piss drink you have in here.
That would be all of them. And then she just turns around,
That's easy then.
starts pouring a drink.
I'm
Does
just
the
gonna
same
watch.
thing. Drops it like
A little, some of your beer kind of splashes out.
payment.
Do you pay the appropriate amount, or do you attempt to?
No, they'll pay right on the appropriate amount, no more, no less.
Alright. Evie, quote unquote, eats the coin. He shoves it in his little mouthpiece. You turn around.
Just one blink after another, but starts drinking slowly.
Evie grabs like
secrets.
Evie grabs like a steel wool and starts really gratingly trying to quote unquote clean a cup, but it doesn't really
Oh.
seem like it's doing anything.
You probably almost roll d20. Tell me what you get.
7.
You broke it.
Yep. He keeps going.
Your fucking fist shatters.
I'll pull a piece of glass out of the drink and set it down for you, but I'll ask, you, can I look around the bar? What would Martin see?
So the Beers and Gears is kind of a, I wouldn't say it's a rough place or anything, but it's definitely like a dive. It's kind of on the closer to the outskirts of town, closer to like the entrance, more of like where the town is like Wild Westy with smaller buildings, not as busy streets where they're all muddy and dirty. It's not so much the bigger built up part of town. It's the shittier one near the entrance or near one of the side entrances of the town. But what you see is kind of a dusty, dirty sort of saloon. There are what appears to be a couple people playing poker. One of them has this like robotic eye that keeps. No, please no, please no. He wanted to play a dirty hog tie, boy. Alex, if you, but you already said what he looks like. If you really want, buddy, I'll give it to you.
No, I'm gonna be my guy.
All right, you want to be a bet. So you do see what appears to be a couple people playing poker. One's got like a robotic eye that keeps shifting towards the cards, and one of them is like a large dude with a completely robotic arm. But again, by robotic I mean sort of steampunky arms. It's got these like weird knobs and shit all over it for no reason. And his shoulder has like one of those gauges on it. And he's sitting there and he's, "Oh, you look at my cards." And the other one's like, "Nah, shut up." And so they start arguing. It looks like that might turn into a thing in a minute.
Is there money on the table?
There's some money on the table, and there's two other guys who just seem to be like, uh-oh. And there is, some like petty cash that they're playing
Yeah.
for.
Petty cash, though, is still cash.
Okay. You also see what appears to be a woman trying to play darts by herself, and she's shit-faced, and she's like, and she throws, and it's like, and like sticks into like a, she's making a nail, but just like not on target. She's like, shit.
Alright, I have a plan.
And then you see in the far corner, most definitely, the man that you're supposed to come and see here. He is two massive fucking decked out with like weaponry and armor security. One of them is in like a lot of brass kind of armor that's, steampunky and has this sort of like gauge in the middle of it, like almost like Iron Man's chest plate, but he has just like a normal helmet on and like goggles and like a mouth gas mask sort of mouthpiece, and the other one is in more of like hardened leathers with two pistols. But he's sitting there like looking around excitedly.
Okay. I am going to. I'm gonna keep waiting at the bar at the moment. I'm gonna see, just kind of keep an eye on what's going on with the potential fight that might break out, and I'm also seeing if there's anybody else coming to that man's table first. So if you want to move on, somebody else has.
Okay, all right, cool. You're waiting it out. You're
Yeah.
scoping out the place. All right, I like it.
Did you turn the dishwasher on?
No,
It's automatic?
it's not automatic.
That's probably loud as fuck. That's probably so loud.
Do we want to stop and check it or open it?
Go ahead and.
Because no one put soap in it, so it's just water.
Did you start it?
She vomited in it. She must have done it.
Oh my god, it was me!
You were the last one who touched it.
It almost sounded like the water just came out.
All of
It's
it.
like, oh,
It's always he's just opened it in the middle of the cycle. So we have Duster. Duster.
And I have already been sitting in the corner of the bar
Oh, I like
with
it.
with a cigar and a half-finished bottle of whiskey.
One of the things that you notice about the bar is not
It's a hog tie.
it is more of a dark area. Of
So
the
are
bar.
you a naked hog tie boy?
No.
Okay.
So
Dirty hog tie boys?
He was very naked.
He
in that.
well that's our
this
uniform in the
this
game.
is more so what he looks like.
We
Okay.
indoctrinated Jeff and he's the thickest hog tie boy.
He was
So
very
the
naked.
fastest,
And
right?
for some reason the lightning fast.
So I'm wearing a black cowboy hat with a rattlesnake face at the top.
Yeah, a dead rattlesnake's like built into the yeah, of course.
My face is covered with a not a handkerchief, bandana.
It's got
Here's
like
what I
a
see.
Do you want it
lace
to be a
around.
bandana or like the almost
A
gas
bandana.
mask thing that he had? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Like a leather vest with a bulletproof vest underneath that, and like jeans and snake skin boots. And then my gun belt was like super ornate with a bunch of medals and skulls and stuff on it,
I like it.
and
I like it.
revolvers.
And you have a meaty fucking revolver. Or you have
Meaty, like Hellboy revolvers.
two fucking nasty revolvers. So you noticed as you walked through the bar. You notice that is most definitely Martin Gavriel, a hitman in the town of Lone Star, and just around in Dustus. I would assume he works pretty much wherever.
Yeah.
But recently he has he made a few waves in Lone Star by killing. Who'd you kill?
The mayor.
Now this isn't known to the authorities, but it is known to the more underworldy kind of environment that you are.
We can say that maybe he had killed, I guess maybe an engineer or inventor that worked on airships and was maybe building a new model. And then once he was dead, the rival company became more profitable.
He killed Henry Ford.
The man himself.
Okay. So you killed a man, an inventor by the name of Henry Ford, who was inventing a new kind of automobile
Yeah.
that was supposed to be built like tough. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be really
Like
built
Ford
tough.
Tough.
Like
Huh?
Ram.
Oh, that probably would have been a great slogan for him if he didn't die.
What was his name?
Henry Ford. Literally the person who created the Ford automobile. So, you know that Martin, word around the campfire is Martin's the one that brought down Ford. Was it Messi?
Probably. He
accidentally
probably ended
ran
up
the
in.
engine.
Yeah, thank you. You knew.
So, the ruthlessness.
I know her ways.
The ruthless. You already played it. The ruthlessness of Martin Gavriel is not lost on you, but current bounties, no. Nobody is looking to cash in on Martin.
That's smart.
There is also the bartender that you've seen who has talked to both Martin and you assume your target, which you probably arrived before he did. So
I'm just gonna keep waiting until I see what interactions what's this guy's name again?
Winston.
Winston. What interactions he has with others.
Okay. Then I guess last but not least is Nidris.
You're not in this
Oh, I'm
game.
sorry. You're right.
You're not in this game.
I'm so sorry. I for some
No,
reason
that's cool, you know.
I thought you were in it already. I
No,
don't know why.
sometimes, you know.
He rage quit out, that's why.
Look. What comes first, 1 or 6?
8.
1 or 6? 1. It is you. So,
Just ghost.
Callahan.
The bar.
For some reason, I thought he was already. I apologize. Callahan. You received a letter to arrive at the Beers and Gears for a job. Now, normally you're a scavenger. You've probably never been hired for like a job before, have you?
Can't fucking draw me.
Probably.
Probably like
Not
really
like a
good.
hit job or anything like that.
It did not really say what it was. You're probably better at if you have done jobs. I would assume like retrieval.
Mhm.
Go and find this thing out there somewhere, and it's almost like treasure hunts that you're probably pretty good at. So yeah. What do you do?
So I guess you'd hear like a outside,
That's it.
and then just the window rattling a little bit.
And so,
Storm
somebody outside
loudly.
go, God damn it!
And then I mount up. I want to walk in. Evie is the. Oh, what is the? What's like the old water well pump?
Water well,
I guess.
The water pump. The water pump.
Is the pump working?
Is it? Even yes, also.
Yes.
Yes.
It's in good condition.
Yes.
I go around the side of the building and I want to hose myself off because I'm covered in desert dust.
Okay. So you kind of rinsing yourself off in the hose water. Stop it.
Didn't think about this. He's covered. He's now soggy and wet.
But
That's
look,
him. That's-
Injustice is a dry, arid land, but yes, you are now.
Is there a giant engine anywhere? A giant vehicle? What's on the street?
Stands in front.
There is. Actually, as you're like, fuck, oh no, this is so embarrassing. You have somebody to meet. There is what appears to be what pulled up is this large, it's like some sort of steampunk-looking hovercraft, where the back is like kind of spewing out this stuff. Do you just run over and put yourself in front of it? So you run over and put yourself in front of it, and as you do, you're like, okay, good. First is the warmth and the air as it blows past you and through your hair and stuff. But then as you notice the smell, and you're like, oh, it's all like pure methane that they're counting this. Oh no, and it's getting into your clothes, and now it's intensely like fart smell, or like animals, you know, they just smell like manure or something.
Is there like a general goods or like a fruity like perfume store?
Well, hold on, because
Yeah.
you're halfway dried off. Roll a d20.
13.
Okay, so you're not like pristine, but you're looking pretty good. You're like okay, my clothes are dry. Okay, and you make your way over, but your boots are still a little soggy, but you make your way over to but it's not too terrible.
Okay.
You make your way over to the general goods store, and let's say Frank of the general store is sitting there. And he goes, do you like Red Dead Redemption style slam through the door like they do? So Jesus, what the fucking hell,
Frank,
Callahan?
I smell like garbage. Fix.
Oh God, what did you do?
I try to drive myself off behind the methane engine.
All right, come over here. God damn you! And he takes you over. And he goes, no, we can try perfumes. But you might just want to put on a new goddamn shirt. What do you want? Perfumes or new clothes?
I might need new clothes.
Bars.
All right, well, do you got the money for that?
It's for a job interview.
Just not as crazy.
Hire you?
Roll d20. And is he sort of a talker?
Not a good one.
Okay.
13.
He talks, just not well.
I'll tell you what. I will give you a new shirt, and I'll give you some old slacks, but they won't smell like shit. How's that?
Thank you, Frank. You pick him up.
I tell you, you smell like ass. How big is Callan? How tall is he? Like is he like your build?
Which is normal, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not normal, Jeff. You're like a giant string bean. It's not a normal thing. So he runs over and he grabs your new clothes.
Tell him about what your baby cat
What do you?
said.
What do they look like? Do they look special? Do they look ridiculous? What are they looking like?
Jerry Seinfeld's pirate shirt.
Jerry Seinfeld's pirate shirt?
Yes.
I don't know what that is, so you'll have to give me a reference at some point, but that's fine.
It's a big Phantom of the Opera, fluffy front shirt.
So he brings you out that. Well, we can't sell, and these pants, which are probably patched up because they're used, do they look ridiculous at all?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say
For
they're
visual.
striped. One leg is completely striped, and the other leg is just like brown with a big patch on the knee that's a lighter brown.
That's what I have to do.
All right, but I ain't getting you new boots because those are expensive.
Okay.
All right, so you
In the middle of the store.
get changed. Your hair's like still a little bit like from the thing, but it almost looks like a style. So like that's okay.
Right.
And he goes, "All right, now get."
Thank you.
No problem. Don't forget to bring me that money after you get that job.
I go back across the street.
Do you leave the clothes there though?
Yeah.
Yeah, he as the door swings open, you see him. What the hell?
A pile of doo-doo clothes.
What the fuck? So you make your way into the bar?
Yes.
Alright, you make your way into the tavern. It's kind of the way that I described it, that dusty, dirty kind of, you know it, you probably know this tavern well.
He knew my name, so should he?
Yeah, you know the beers and gears. So, you walk in, you do see what appears to be a man you've probably never seen before sitting at the bar. There is immediately you catches your eye is the very colorful man in the corner with the two, like, those guards look like they're well paid and they work in like the real big city portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else just kind of looks like people that either are normally here or people you probably don't notice because you don't have that sort of, that kind of like bounty hunter eye.
I want to go to the colorful guy.
So you walk right up to the table?
Yeah. I'm responding to the job interview.
Well, oh my goodness. Which one are you?
Callahan Weathersby.
Callahan Weathersby. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Winston Weatherford. Whoa. You shake his hand and he goes, and he opens up his hand and he goes, isn't that a funny little gag? And he's got a button on his hand. He goes, you shake the hand and it screams at him. Shake my hand. And he says it to one of the guards and he, no. And he goes, shake my hand. And he goes, anywho, and takes it off and just throws it. And he goes, well then, you're the first one to arrive. Look at you, so prim and proper and ready for action. I think I like you more than the rest. You might get paid more. I'm just kidding.
What's the nature of the job?
Well, it says here that you are flips his goggles back on, and they like switch between the things. And he goes, a scrubber. Oh, a scaver. You're a scavenger.
That's right.
Look at you. It also says that you're really fucking fast. Is that true?
I like to think so.
Well, that's very cool. I could use a keen eye. Someone who can find things, diamonds in the rough, as it were. Leave my tassels be. Do you think you could do such a thing?
I think I could.
Because I'm looking for an item.
What are you looking
A
for?
secret item.
Is it local?
A special secret item.
I'm interested.
Well then, have a seat, sir, and we'll get you a drink.
How loud is he
Yes.
saying it's a secret item?
So loud. Like, his guards are like the one who's in metal doesn't care, the one in leather's like, and just doesn't, he doesn't even try. And let's say you have a seat, and EB, are you bringing them drinks?
I'm assuming I hear him be like,
He goes-
let's have some.
He goes, drinks, EB!
EB just kind of like...
Well, one drink.
He stops as much as he can, which is still kind of like jantling around, but he's just like... He grabs to the best of his ability, he kind of has to wrap his arm around two like little thingies, and then grabs the beer and starts jambling over. Drops them all unceremoniously on the table.
Ooh, isn't that festive, Callahan?
When the robot's coming over, I put my goggles down like preemptively because I know.
You know you bag a little with your new shirt.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I don't want to get dirty because
Doesn't
you
matter.
haven't even bought it yet. So it splashes.
It takes like a good 3 minutes for EB to actually get the mugs upright and get stuff into them, but the entire table gets messed up in the process.
He waits patiently, and while you're doing that, he leans over to you, Callie, and goes, "I love your fashion sense."
Thank you. It's borrowed.
So let's say you guys are seeing all of this because you guys like to test the waters first.
watching and drinking.
Then Nidris. Nidris, you got the letter. You know where to go.
I changed my mind. I'm a mechanical engineer.
No longer a medic?
No longer. No.
Are you a bounty hunter still?
No.
We're all gonna die.
God damn you.
Well, I found a picture and I was like, all right, well that doesn't, you know,
That's cool.
feels
No,
right.
you're your own inventor.
Yeah.
Essentially, you're a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much an inventor, but you can fix shit and make shit better.
Yeah.
Cool.
You'll rise up and I'll take you down.
So then you don't know either of these guys, and they don't know you. So how do you arrive?
So I would walk in the bar. And is this whole scene going on right now?
Yes.
Are there any drinks sitting on like the bar? Like, did anyone like leave a full drink?
Yes.
Okay. I would go up to the bar.
I would say when after you sat down, somebody not too far from you looked your way and went and just left. Like noticed you and just like, oh fuck. Your area of the bar is empty besides yourself, and I imagine you're almost in like
Pitch
shadow.
black.
Yeah. I would like you just see the cigar.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you breathe in, it lights
You
you
just
up
see
a
the
little
smoke,
bit,
yeah.
and then just back down. So there's a free drink right there. Maybe like 2 stools down from somebody else who doesn't seem to notice.
Okay. So she would walk into the bar and go right up to the table, like not to the table where he is, but up to the actual like where you get drinks.
Yep.
And I would scan around and I would look at everything and take everything in. Just breathe in, breathe out, shoot it down, and then nervously walk over to the table where everyone is, because I can see what's going on, I can see the commotion, and of course that's him, you know.
You're
what I
seeing
mean?
the clumsy robot with his
Yes,
strengths.
yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm just a little different.
And what is his last name?
Weatherford. Winston Weatherford.
Okay. Yeah. So I would walk up there and I would be Mr. Weatherford. I got your letter. I'm reporting.
Oh my goodness! You must be
Need your sir.
Sunmeadow.
Yes.
Oh, it says here that you're a bounty hunter and a medic. Is that true?
No sir. No sir.
Oh, we gotta cross that out because that's not true, huh? Look at you. You got your wrenches and your screw whatnots and your bolts in business. What are you, some sort of mechanic?
Me.
It's scary.
Yes sir.
Fuck it, that'll be useful too. I can use one of those. Goddamn. Well, have a seat. Looks like I've got 2 of these bright-eyed, bushy-tailed young people ready to help me with my adventures.
Sunmeadow?
So
What was
smart
his name?
ones would have murdered me.
Yeah. Need your Sunmeadow. And wait, what is
Callahan
it?
Weathersby.
It's nice to meet you, Mr.
Cottage
Weathersby.
Yeah. It's steampunk.
Weathersfield, Weathersby, and Sunmeadow.
What
This
is
is
his
so
last name?
Weatherford.
Okay.
Winston Weatherford. Probably the easiest to remember the last name. Now, Sunmeadow's pretty easy. Well, I gotta say, I am very excited by the proposition of working with you 2. You seem so excitable, so ready for action.
Yes, sir. I'm very ready for action. Always ready for action.
Something like that.
Do you have problems looking people in the eye?
No,
Miss
sir. No, I don't have problems at
Do you
all.
want another drink?
Yes.
Hey, Ray! Just as you got to the bar. One more, please!
He just throws it.
No,
Do you?
he doesn't.
Okay.
He's like jangling and he grabs another one. And
Spilling as you're walking,
Yeah,
it's spilling.
does the same whole thing. Does all of it. Payment.
Oh, right, of course. 1 more gold for you.
That's only for you. Payment.
No, that's way more than any.
Payment.
Oh, you are a sassy one. Well, pay the robot.
Evie, you know me.
You know why I
Where's
was
my
like, I
clothes?
give a fuck.
I already don't have money.
he gives you like 1 copper, which is probably less
He
than
doesn't care.
he just wanted it from everybody.
Yeah, he just wants something from everyone. So he
So-
shoves it in his face.
So you two are at the table, and
This
Weatherford
place
just
is
starts
going out of
speaking to you.
business.
I guess we will wait for the rest of them to arrive. In the meantime, tell me about yourselves. Tell me what's going on. Now, as he starts speaking to these two, is there anything that you guys would like to do?
I have a question
Yes.
for these beans.
These
Is there, are you guys armed with anything specifically?
A very simple weapon.
What's your
Very
simple weapon?
Simple gun.
Simple gun. Okay.
Simple pew pew.
Pew pew. Okay.
I have like
Just hold on.
obnoxious. We always call it the wingman gun from Titanfall. It's just this huge sidearm pistol, but it's
Okay.
like compact and mechanical.
My
I
gun
remember
looks
that
custom.
thing. It was a big fucking
I put
revolver,
pieces
wasn't
on
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
you
it was like a Deagle revolver.
Yeah, but it's. I would say it
Bring
looks.
me that,
It
gotcha.
looks weathered as hell for you. Most likely, you've been using this for a while, probably, as you don't really have access. Whereas
Okay.
yours probably.
Oh, my guns and my
Like
belt's the
fucking
cleanest thing on my
pristine,
body.
Is that what you're asking? What everybody's carrying?
Yeah, just seeing what everybody's carrying. What are the soldiers carrying, by the way?
Okay, so I was gonna say it's probably hard for you to see him and what he's carrying because he's purposely sitting in darkness, which
Yeah.
is probably something you noticed
Mm.
just recently. Like, oh, there's somebody sitting over there. You know what I mean? And like, but you really can't make out anything he's got going on, and he's got his
Yeah.
back to a wall. So you're like, advantageous. Whereas you sat at a bar with your back to everything because you don't give a shit.
The difference.
So one of them has two revolvers. Think like cattleman revolvers from Red Dead Redemption. It's like simple little revolvers, but they have like ornate carving on the handles.
Mm.
And the one big one has what appears to be one sidearm that looks like again a revolver, simple revolver, and then on his back what appears to be a large shotgun. Where it has like there's like some smoke coming from it, which you assume is maybe has something to do with it's energy based or something like that.
Sounds good.
But it's hard to see because it's behind him.
Alright. I'll
Do you have any weapons on you?
Yeah, it's a very simple gun, but it looks like there's custom pieces and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't know anything about guns, but I would assume that she would tinker with it.
Okay.
Almost like different parts from different revolvers, like a chrome barrel and a brass cylinder, maybe a cool handle on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Design that gun for me.
handle.
Like a red leather handle grip.
Okay.
I see.
And then crystals for sights.
He's saying all of this from his dark corner. He's just like out loud.
I'm
Look
making
at
use of
that
powers because I know that you do better when you have some things in front of you.
Okay.
So there's 3 for you because I know that you like that a little bit more. And then anything else that you can think that you'd want to do, feel free.
I
So
just made a
anything that you were doing in
gunslinger,
particular.
so.
Probably finishing the bottle of whiskey and putting out the cigar on the table.
Okay, get preparing.
Pisses me
While
off.
these two are busy. EB, you have noticed that because you probably care not so much about what's going on over there, but you did notice that these guys at the poker table are starting to get a little rowdy. The one with the mechanical arm is now like pushing the one with the like robotic eye. The robotic eye's like, keep that dirty fucking arm to yourself. He's like, you don't tell me what to do. And the drunk girl's like, why are you yelling? And she throws a dart at again missing terribly and going out a window and hitting a cat.
You hear a cat meow.
Yep.
Evie turns around, starts jangling over into him. Knock that shit out. And like accidentally oils like the closest guy.
Let's say it's the guy with the eye as he, oh, you goddamn son of a bitch, robot. And he's like, you spit all over me. And the other guy goes, hey, that's what you get, you
Stop
cocksucker.
it this instant.
Don't fucking tell me what to do.
I will kick you out of here. It is within my protocol in order to kick you out.
You guys are all
When he
watching.
stands up, can I shoot him?
The guy with the metal arm?
Yeah.
So the guy with the metal arm goes, you don't talk shit like that to me, Tin Can. And he's big as fuck, and he's got this big metal arm. And, well, let's just, because
I imagine I have the gun under the table.
roll D20, add 5, because this is something you're
4 plus 5.
4 plus 5. As you go,
I told you so. You will be knocked out of this place.
you fired, not to kill him, but to get his attention. As he, what the fuck was that?
Sit back down.
Talking
He
to
probably
me.
only sees that little ember of it.
Yeah. Why don't you come out of those shadows, you coward?
I'll step forward.
I'm just imagining big Deadpool when he loses his legs.
Little baby legs.
Why don't you mind your own business? And he goes, and he comes walking over to you. Now, as he's walking over, are you gonna shoot him or are you gonna let this become a fight?
Let it become a fight.
Alright, he comes over.
I'm
But preemptively, I want to be prepared to grab the bottle of whiskey and break it and go into his jugular.
So he walks over and he goes, "You talking shit to me, little man?" And he's probably like 6'3" and just big.
Stop causing a ruckus.
What the fuck you gonna do about it?
I want him to hit first, so I don't know. I say you ain't that big.
And the arm like and goes to swing at you. What are you doing? Oh, hold on, I was gonna.
I want to.
So a 14. Let's say he goes boom and just clocks you into upside the head as you kind of go down. Your perfect angle to grab the bottle. You just come up with it.
Yeah.
So you come up with it and just boom, roll d20. See how hard it hits.
Oh shit, 14.
14. Oh,
I saw
God.
70. I'm like,
As you bash it across his fucking face, as you and some blood is spurts and glass, and now you're like, yeah, as you see him, as he's like,
I stab the back of his knees with the broken bottle.
so you go down. Okay, because I was gonna say he's gonna swing at you again. So as you bash, he goes to swing, and you're already gone. He can't really see, and you just as he and goes one knee to the ground. You hit the other one too. As he hits the ground, broken glaze. You're stabbing him in the back of the knees. He goes, "You cocksucker!" And what do you
And then knee him in the jaw upwards.
Let's see if you can knock him out with it. Roll d20.
Evie is like standing in the
That's a
background.
9. Let's say it's +5 because it's rough shit.
Good.
Oh, I didn't have
That's
plus
good.
five. Oh, it does
9,
not.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So
14.
you just boom as you cocksucker. And he hits the ground. Some of his teeth come flying out of his mouth as you just sort of wipe the blood from your nose a
Any
little
money in
bit.
his pockets?
Oh, I
You
should
start
be
sifting.
cursing,
EB.
should I?
EB.
Should I be cursing?
Yeah, you can curse.
The whole YouTube thing.
I just fucking fuck that. Fuck that. If they start taking my shit off, then fuck it. Then we'll go to Twitch. Fuck that. I'm not doing that shit. Kidding me? I'm not doing.
We're going to.
Oh, I thought you just spilled water all over the floor.
EB,
You're gonna report site.
EB, you just witnessed
Or not.
this random man beat the shit out of the guy who was causing trouble, but now he starts to rifle through the man's pockets. Is that something that you allow in your bar? Or in the bar that you like to make?
You know the little fuck. You beat the man first. He's over here like, ha ha, you deserved it, motherfucker.
The man's out cold
Yeah, just like,
as you start sifting through the pockets, and as you do, Weatherford starts to just clap. Oh my goodness! What an exciting show!
While all of that's happened, how many other people were at that poker table that was happening?
3 other people.
3 other people? Are they all focused on
One is wiping the goo from his eyes that was spit on him, and the other 2 are just like, oh, holy shit. One of them actually got up and just left. As that happened, he's like, oh fuck that, and he grabs some of like what was his cash and he leaves. The other one's just like, whoa.
Can I try and slip past them and swipe the rest of the money off the table while
roll-
they're distracted?
Roll d20 plus 5.
7 plus 5, so 12.
Yeah, okay. So as you do, you just kind of scoop the one guy who's just standing there like notices. He's like, hey, and he looks at you and he
stare at him.
looks at the ground and he just doesn't say anything. He's just spooked of you. So you find like 5. No, you find like 20 copper. They're just like $20 on him.
How much money do you think I got from that?
You probably got
350.
50?
from the table.
I'm gonna slide you a small tip.
This person gives you money for no reason.
None. I want to mimic
What were you
the same
rolling
noise.
for? What were you just rolling for?
If
Awkward.
it was gonna make like an infinite loop in his system where
I
it's
love
like
it.
no thing, but get money, but because he's fucked up
He's gonna
with
break
his
it?
box, he's like,
Robot dilemma.
money! So he's all happy.
Money is good.
I love
You laugh, Martin laughs,
I
and
love
then walks away to the table.
So you walk over to the table where Winston is.
Yeah, I'll just sit down.
Keep expecting to reach
It's
out
gonna
with
collapse in a
next
chair.
Oh. Hello you. Are you at the wrong table?
He looks at you and he says, pretty sure I'm at the right table.
Whoa. Are you,
Oh, it's up to
are you Martin? Oh my goodness. Look at that. My name starts with a W, your name starts with an M. It's like we're brothers.
It's like we're meant to be.
Oh my goodness.
Waits at him.
Ooh, sassy. Well, it says here that you're quite a hip man. Are you hip, Martin?
He like that. He's smiling very big.
I assume that means that you're good at dancing.
He says I am.
Well, that's excellent. That's perfect. I could use someone who's good at dancing, somebody who knows their way around people and knows how to be good to people.
He's like, for yourself or for the job?
For the job. Ooh. You're going to talk to me later, Martin. We're going to have a good time. Well, a hip man. Now, I've been told that you're really good at getting shit done.
Any kind of shit you want, literal shit even.
Yeah, I've heard that you do pretty much anything for money.
Yes.
Or drugs. Is that it?
Preference of money. I can get the drugs afterwards.
Can we get drugs? And he talks to one of the guards.
Looks at the guard.
Yep. And he goes, well, that's perfect then. We'll get you drugs and money, whatever the fuck you want. I don't know.
Combination, how about? Depending on the drugs that you can get.
Okie dokie. Well, then we're just waiting for one more person.
Are y'all just listening to this go down? Like,
Yes. As you
Just doesn't care.
Well, this is perfect. No, we're just waiting for one more.
I'm just gonna walk up like behind him.
He is sitting with his back to the wall as well. Oh, you want to walk up behind Martin?
Sure, I put my hand on Martin's shoulder and be like, half those winnings is mine.
I want to kiss your hand.
You have a seat?
So yeah, I'll sit down.
Martin, now that he is out of the darkness, I'm going to say you probably noticed it as soon as he got up. This is Duster Dirt. He is a merc and bounty hunter. Obviously not a real name, but a bounty hunter.
Where are you
No, it's my real
It's his real name. I thought that was
Where are you
yours.
sitting, Duster Dirt?
Where am I sitting?
Yeah, are you sitting away
At the
from Martin
table.
or next to Martin?
Oh. I imagine there's only one seat
It's
left.
sort of a round table. Yeah.
Yeah, so whichever seat's open.
So I'm going to say it's almost seated like this. You're sitting next to Callahan. Callahan's sitting next to Duster, and Duster's sitting next to Nidris. And then the two guards are here, and he's right here. If we were sitting at my poker table, it's how I'd imagine it was.
face?
Well, my goodness, you must be Duster Dirt. Well, it says here you're quite a fixer. We do all kinds of stuff too. Bounty hunting, regular hunting, I assume. That's good. Did you kill that snake? The snake on your head.
Yes.
Oh,
I like to take venom from snakes and put them in my enemy's stuff.
weird. That's a weird thing to do. I like it. That's very fun.
That's a
thing to
hot
say.
fetish.
Well, now that you're all here, we can get started. It only took a half an hour. Look at that. That's great. That's not so bad.
30-minute intro.
That's some good character introduction, I think, and we get a good feel for you all.
I will never use again.
You left in character. The juice goose.
Anywho, so here's the deal. I have hired you all specifically. I need someone who's good at treasure hunting. I need someone who's not afraid to get, well, some people who ain't afraid to get their hands dirty, and someone who's really not afraid to get their hands dirty with blood and guts. Oh wait, well I guess now mechanicals. It'll be with mechanical stuff. Because she changed the character halfway through.
Is she a medic or engineer?
You know what? I asked myself the same question. It said medical on my paper, but I guess now she's a mechanical engineer, but that's
Why
fine.
does she have a stethoscope around her neck if she's an
Oh,
engineer?
It's not, it's a robotic
Oh,
scope,
no.
you see? It's so,
It's just a
I'm a doctor for machines.
Can you help this one?
I am beyond help.
Exactly.
There is no God here.
Shoving a fork into an outlet.
What are you talking about?
Don't interrupt me. This is my me time.
That's like how a
that's
robot
your
gets
drug.
high. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Eating batteries.
Plugging up.
That is canon. He eats batteries now. Absolutely.
He's plugging off.
The more coins,
You
the
got
more
a job to do.
charge.
There's no time to plug off.
So. Oh, yeah. That's the good
The
shit.
lights are dimming.
I am going on my 15-minute break. What the fuck? Ah!
Start spinning around the
That
bar.
oil.
That wasn't motor oil.
Martin takes me time in the bathroom.
I think she plugged off in my
I
mouth.
walked in on EB, I got oiled. So. Evie, you can hear
What is
everything.
this game about?
You can hear everything that Winston is saying as he begins to tell them about the job. So here's the thing. You're all good at doing stuff, but I need one big stuff done. So I might need all of you to do it. Now, here's the thing. There is a man named Dervin McBride. The name immediately sends a ting off in your head and yours as well. Dervin McBride is an outlaw. Wanted. A decent bounty on his head, just one that you haven't gotten around to. Mostly because the money wouldn't really be worth the trouble. Dervin McBride is known for dropping a good number of bounty hunters who have come after him. And it just seemed like, that seems like a pain in the ass. He's got a good amount of people working for him. He's pretty dug in. You probably have done a job for him before. Just going and like probably killing somebody or probably killing a rival outlaw or something, let's say. So Dervin McBride is a real son of a bitch. And I had a certain something in transit. A little object of mine that has been stolen by Dervin and his crew. And I want you to go get it back. And kill him and everybody that's working for him. Whoop the drop of pen. Do you think that's something that's doable?
Yes.
For the right price.
Now here's the problem. There's a few things wrong with this. The item that I require has been stolen by him, but also attached to a certain, I think like a vehicle or weapon of his. It's fast as hell, and I don't think I'd be able to catch it with my little airship. Not only that, but he's hiding in the ruins outside of town.
Is
I
it
think-
a mine?
What?
Is it a mine?
No, it's not a mine. It's out in the open. I think everybody calls it glass towers because there are these big glass towers out there. You guys probably have seen the place. Probably shines off in the sunlight. It's ruins that you, Callahan, have probably scouted out yourself, but there are dangerous parts in it, especially outlaws and such. So you might have a good idea of where they are just because you've been out there, and you would probably know the ins and outs of different parts of that ruin.
Okay.
So I think it used to be a city way back in the day, but it's since died or whatever. So if you go there, find him, find Dervin, and find my item on his weird vehicle, and then bring it back to me. Now if you don't kill Dervin, no big deal, but if you kill him, that's all the better. I'm not really out for blood, I guess. I more just want my thing back.
I think we should tell him.
So what is this thing?
So, I had it custom made, and it's, well, I call it the Juice Goose. It is an incredible device, shaped like a goose, and it spews juice out of its mouth. It's incredible, and it's perfect in every way, and I need it back unharmed.
You said it was attached?
Yes, see the Juice Goose is also an incredible power source. It can make any vehicle go twice as fast, twice as hard for twice as long. Or
You don't
can,
say.
yeah, I do. or you can use it to basically make perpetual juice forever. So, sure,
What
some
kind
people.
of juice?
Oh, any kind you want. You put juice in there and it replicates it. That's what people use it, but they use it for nitro fuel because it perpetually produces nitro fuel. It's essentially an incredibly magical thing that perpetuates. What you could do is you could use the juice goose for infinite energy, but I want it for my juice fountain because that makes way more sense.
I see.
Can you do it with alcohol?
What?
Can you do it with alcohol?
Absolutely. Any kind of liquid. But he's using it for nitro fuel. But the way that it does, it always comes out clean and good. So it won't, muck up your engine and whatnot.
So it's a clean source.
Yes. Clean source of energy. Or juice. The juice goose. You can also call it the energy juice, I guess, or the fuel juice, but that's just stupid. So, I am paying a lot of money for this job.
How much money?
Well,
Per person.
if you were able to bring back me the Juice Goose unharmed and undestroyed and unmarked, which may take some doing to get it off that vehicle, if you are able to bring me that, I will give you each 3,000.
What?
Each.
That might cover
3,000 what?
ammo.
Pennies.
3,000 coin.
3,000 pennies.
3,000 gold.
Credit.
No, 3,000 gold.
Steam puffs.
How much is that?
A lot. That's in this world. I mean, that's 3,000 more than you got probably. It can get you a lot. That can probably get you a new vehicle. Can get you some good new weapons. Get you a lot of good new parts.
Half up front now, and then we'll get the second half when we bring back your item.
You drive a hard bargain, Mister. Roll.
It's the only way I'm gonna do it. 20.
Okay, fine. 1,500 now.
Now we call leave.
And then 1,500 when you finish. And, well, if you bring me Durbin's head, maybe I'll throw in an extra, I don't know, 1,000. You can all split.
Nice.
I like taking the heads of the people I previously looked at.
And anything else you find is yours.
You can see Callahan kind of tries to will himself up. He goes, "I'm the fastest that ever was. Well, fastest that ever will be. You got yourself a deal."
Ooh, that was very weird that you just stood up and said
You
that.
can see he was trying to I gotta make this important.
Well, I hope so. You got some sort of fast thingamajig out there? What do you got going on?
You said you needed a fast guy.
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, you are. Look at you,
He's
Cal.
very visibly deflated at the
Oh,
reaction.
Bucko, you go get him. Now, I have until just recently thought that this plan was foolproof. Unfortunately, I have an addition to
Oh
it.
boy.
I want you to bring that thing. And he points to Evie.
I tire of this world and wish to die. Bring me with you.
Soul.
God.
Evie, I have to say, I have been incredibly entertained by you throughout the course of this night. And I think, and he looks at you, I think this will do you good.
If I die, it will.
Maybe. Or maybe you'll find something else out there.
I do not wish for something else.
Okie dokie.
I wish for the void.
Do you want any coin for this?
Of course he does.
All
It's bad.
1,500.
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, you'll get the same as them. How's that? I'll throw in an extra 1,000.
EB starts running calculations in his head if he can fit 3,000 coins into his little mouth box.
Why does he put them? 2.
Okay.
If they stay in the
Yeah,
box.
but do they stay in there forever?
No, they get
I
melted.
imagine he kind of either
Turns
melts
into
them
oil.
and then has it like fondue, or he has like a hoard of them somewhere in the back.
Sprays
Like he'll
molten
just like
gold.
unscrew it and just like.
So cute. So,
I don't think he really uses the gold either. He just enjoys having
it's
it.
just in him. Rattle. It's part of why you
Dragon
It's part of why he rattles around.
Dragon pot.
Hello. Hello. Look at that little underbite. Look at that little underbite you got. What are you doing? Why are you? So, So the job is simple.
A dog appears on Winston.
This is some weird bar dog just wandering around. Find Durbin McBride. Get back my juice goose. And maybe kill him and bring me back his head or something. I don't know. Okie dokie?
Yep.
Alright, bye, I guess.
EB just starts walking out, like no thought for the other patrons or anything.
As you do, Winston is particularly only looking at EB. Just like fascinated. So, you guys exit out to the streets
Take my drink
of
with me.
Lone Star. There is parked outside. What does it look like, Callahan?
It's I don't think should it carry everybody or
No, it probably can't, but it's
Yeah.
probably sitting out there. Now, one of the things is transportation. I know that you have yours. Does everybody else have transportation?
No,
I have a robotic horse.
Okay, you have a robot horse.
I can
Awesome.
be easily
Flames comes out of his ass.
Does it look like a regular horse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at my little grandbaby. Hi, puppies.
I would
Do-
imagine.
I'm sure I have something.
I imagine I would travel with him because I actually know him. So EB just kind of like goes,
Could
"One
probably fit
moment,
two.
please," and then gets into like You know how there's horse holder thingies? Like the little slots? He squishes himself into one of them and then pushes himself until he clicks. And then folds his arms around himself. He's like, I am ready for transport.
I put him on like a backpack.
So cute.
I love
For
it.
the sake of the story, I could have like a Star Wars car and have my
A racer?
thing come out of it.
The pod racer?
No, like it just looks like a flat car without wheels. That motors.
I mean, or Martin can have one of those.
Yeah.
Martin, you want one of those hovercraft?
No, Martin wants to be imposing. Am I with somebody?
You can ride my horse.
Do you have a
Minivan.
Do you want to ride with the dog?
No, he's gonna ride the back of the horse and pull him around the way.
So as you get on the horse, Martin, do you just get on
climbs
the
on.
I should have a side cart for the horse.
That's how clunky that would be.
I love it! Yes! Ow!
Hover horse.
But it's not a sidecar that you sit in. It's like it's a saddle on the side. Martin has to sit on it, so it's just hold on. And the while you're like, just ball smash.
Oh my god.
That is what he wants.
Then I'm just on my sailor thing.
And do you have a vehicle?
Yeah, I'm sure I have some kind of shitty little car.
Okay, so you get. Does it look like a little buggy? Like a convertible, not a convertible, like a Volkswagen Beetle. Or
Yeah,
You're
let's
gonna
do that.
drive through the desert.
I'm driving to the desert.
Is it a hovercraft or is it a car that goes on wheels? Either one's just flavor.
What's more likely in this part of the world?
Tires, I would say. You can have a hover car. It can be a cheap, shitty hover car.
No, I was
It's
gonna do the opposite. I want tires. I was hoping in this world it was more like hover, so that like I have like the older version. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you're still gonna be driving a beetle into the desert.
Yes.
That's on its own. It's still kind of goofy.
So does it have tires?
Yes, it was tires.
Okay. The hover stuff is more for people who have like the money and the tech in order to make that. It's harder to get that. So you do have the shittier version right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get in. Now, you guys start making your way out to the Glass Tower's ruins. And we should take our break right there, I think.
Okay.
Take about 5-10 minute break.
Bigfoot just will come at
like Friday the
you, and
13th
it's
game.
so
We are
strong.
recording.
You never have enough
Is he a
ammo.
Do you have like
or
guns, or are you
You-
just there to take
Yeah,
a
you pick
Okay.
up guns, you find ammo around the map, there's bear traps
That
to
sounds-
slow
that
them
just
down.
sounds
Friday the
like a lot of
13th,
fun.
but with Bigfoot.
Yeah,
That's incredible. Oh my god.
It's
Does he have
gonna-
cinematic kills, or did you just swing until you're done?
he swings until you're dead, and then I think the last bit like will just like crush you or something.
Okay.
I can't remember.
That's fucking great.
Hi, Dubug.
So who wants to actually
my
do this mission now that we have a ton of money?
Well,
What do you mean?
I get to kill him.
The idiot
before
paid
I
us
get
half
more
up front.
money.
That's true.
Kind of be
You're
fine.
all out on the road, on the dusty road. I'll say you all have your comms linked to each other. Let's say that's just easy.
I'm trying to drink my beer while riding this thing.
All goggles because it's all sandy.
Not me, my eyes are closed.
Your eyes are, you're turned the other way on the saddle, so it's just hitting your mouth. You're like, I'm fine. It's not bothering me.
I have my horse on autopilot right now. It's like a motorcycle dash right in the back of its neck.
So you hold on to his ears like
The
that.
ears are in motorcycle.
Oh, it's ass.
It's just a constant force scream while it's driving.
That's the horsepower. Unending hay.
Please. I can't wait.
How good does that sound, Jeff? How good does that sound? All their shit went to red as soon
We're
as-
just screaming. We're just talking over each other and making noises.
So you guys are making your way there. It'll probably take you a few hours to get to Glass Towers. If there's anything you guys want to do on the way or talk about on the way, or
If we're just sitting behind me as I'm flying on.
if not, we can get right to Glass Towers.
Let's get to the Glass Towers.
All right. So
Game over.
a few hours later, and it is getting to be about midday. It's like almost noon. And as you so cute, she loves you, man. As you guys start approaching, you see before you the ruins known as Glass Towers. It is a bunch of buildings, dilapidated, destroyed, kind of hollowed out, almost look like I don't know if bombs went off in this area or if something had just eaten away at this. But these things have been here beyond your whole lives. They've been here for generations. These ruins have been here. Old city. But there are 4 tall towers that stick up above all of these buildings. One of which, or I'm sorry, 5. There's 4 of these tall glass towers, and then one huge one in the center with sort of like it looks like the Space Needle kind of, but they're made of they look like they're made of like pure glass. And you know from being in there, they are made of some kind of strange glass that you probably have never seen before. They're sturdy as fuck. Like it would take a lot to knock these fucking things down. Here they are standing here after all these years. And they shine in the light of the sun amid the graveyard that is this dead city. These towers, gleam brightly. Not sure where Dervin is in the ruins, but Callahan, you know these ruins well, as they're one of the closest ones to Lone Star. You have probably scavenged here quite a bit, and you know your way around. I would say that you know that there are a few people to watch out for. One, there's rogue robots in this area. Broken AI, much like EB, but they are not just
Rude.
swarmy. They are violent. They were like war bots. They were used as soldiers. They were used as warriors to kill, and that's what they do, and that's all they do. There's a group known as the Arrow Boys.
Oh.
And arrow as in aeronautical or whatever, and they
I think my dog farted.
Yeah.
She's ridiculous. She's on the other side of the little thing in between the tables, sniffing over the thing that on my shoe. I'm trying to get over
so
here.
cute. The Arrow Boys ride basically
Oh my gosh, she did.
Yeah, her
Oh,
farts
it's
are
so
real
bad.
bad.
they ride pterodactyls. And they
Smart.
tend to sweep down and attack people when they find them. But you know that there is one of the towers that ends in sort of the one that ends in Space Needle, that's not them. There's another one that ends in like a globe with like antennas sticking up from it. That's the one that they are in. And it's because it has a lot of portions missing, and they basically camp in those different portions.
Can you
and
go
they
into
spew out.
towers, or are they more like stationary objects that no one can go into?
This isn't a video game, buddy. Yes, they're fully rendered. You can get.
Well, I didn't know if they were just like
Oh
statues.
no! They used to be. I see what you mean.
Mhm.
They used to be buildings. All of them. You don't know what they used to be, but they are all enterable. I would say though they're usually inhabited by gangs and such.
Inhabited.
And is the item in this area, or we're just passing through?
It's so he knows that Durbin McBride is in Glass Towers. He doesn't know where.
We should split up, search each tower.
Well, hold on. And one other danger that Callahan knows of is the sweeper. And the sweeper is a huge, whenever this city was alive, it is a massive street cleaning machine that was crafted way back then and has survived and just kills anything in its way. It is.
It moves like really, really slow.
No, it's fast as fuck, and it just dominates everything. So the streets, as you enter Glass Towers, the ruins, the streets are
very
clean. Like all of the pathways, the grid of the streets are perfect. The sidewalks, not so much, are littered with debris and things like that, but the streets are pristine. You do see as you enter and begin to drive through, you do hear the occasional call of a strange reptilian bird in one of the buildings. You see the skittering of creatures as they run from empty building to empty building, these husks of what used to be homes or businesses. And you do see occasionally a skeleton, humanoid or otherwise, either up on the sidewalks or, but never in the middle of the street. This is perfectly clean. So, there are those 5 different glass towers, and the ruins of the city. Callahan, there are probably areas and places that you know of. If you'd like to come up with anything in particular or anything clever, you may even know the tunnel system that's underneath the city, like sewage systems and whatnot that are probably wide enough for you guys to get through. And you know the city layout itself, as you have explored much of these ruins. But you probably don't know you probably have never entered the glass towers, as they're usually inhabited by dangerous raiders or creatures.
I want to tell, or I guess ask Evie, can you detect other robotic creatures?
He goos on you. I don't know. Can
Um, you do have one of those. You do have something where it's supposed to be like a radar was built into you. You never really knew why it was built into you, but it's been broken for years. You're broken. Your whole body's fucked up. So your ability to actually use a tracking device is kind of fucked at this point.
Unless we have somebody in the party who can repair and engineer.
It's too bad I'm a mechanic bounty hunter. Wait,
You are a mechanic.
medic.
Wait, what are you?
Which one? Are you?
No, I am.
Okay, you're being a butt again. All right. I was like, God damn you!
I can't.
I'm trying to build a game on the fly. Help me, please.
No.
You guys all did great creating characters, by the way. I love these
Do we
characters.
know where
Durvin is?
Durvin would possibly
I
hang
was
out?
about to ask because I did a job. So have I been here before?
Oh, she did a
or
job for him.
What info do I have?
So Durvin met you in Glass Towers, the ruins, but didn't meet you at his hideout. He instead probably sent an envoy to go speak to you and tell you about it, one of his people. But I would say go ahead and roll a d20, just straight up.
3.
3?
+5.
Could be anywhere in here. And he could be under the city. He could be in one of the towers. He could be in one of the husks of the buildings because the towers are obvious.
Question: the envoy that came though, what type of when they were giving me information, what kind of impression would I have based on
On his people?
on his people and what word was sent down from
And
the
did
guy
he
himself?
give you a form of communication to contact the envoy?
Exactly.
So the McBride gang are
back.
pretty. They seem just like rough, stupid, outlaws in general. Durvin seems clever in the way that he made his boys didn't seem smart enough to be able to run this job, but he definitely was smart enough to make sure that they asked you the right questions and told you only what you needed to know for the job. They had half payment up front and then half payment after, but they made sure to let you know that they knew who you were in case you didn't finish the job. You know what I mean? That they would eventually, they kind of were threatening that they'd come looking for you. But that's typical.
Yeah.
But the job was done pretty professionally, so Durvin's probably smart, but his people, he's surrounded by idiots. But they are all tough. A lot of them are augmented with steampunk sort of robotics, and some of them have a lot of pretty nice guns. They steal everything they have. And it looks like they probably stole from military at some point, because some of them had nice rifles.
Last question. When it
Yes.
comes to these 5 towers, are they all the same size?
The towers? Yes, except for the big fucking Space Needle one. That one rises probably a good couple of stories above the rest.
Okay.
And that's probably 50-story building or something. Really, really tall.
Okay. I want to pass the information you gave me on his operation that Martin would know of across the call to everybody so they're also informed.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Start getting the information, get a good idea of what he's like. Did you want to pursue repairing your radar thing? Evie?
Sure. If you think it would be helpful,
It might be.
ask what's her face.
Sun Meadow. Try to fix EB. We're gonna pull over.
Okay.
So we're in the middle of the city.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you probably tuck into one of the husks of buildings. Looks like it used to be.
JC Penney.
What?
JC Penney.
It used to be a JC Penney. That's
Yes.
fine. It used to be a clothes store.
I was gonna go to a JCPenney now. They exist in universe.
Not anymore. They're ruins.
Oh.
They're all dead.
Pee, 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 pee.
So just roll a d20 and then add 5.
10.
Plus 5?
Nope.
10. So, pretty nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty nervous. How do you go about fixing this? What do you do?
You have
Well,
to
I've-
explain exactly the circuitry that you're
I've
in.
probably never worked on one of these models before. I usually work on like weapons and cars.
I'm sure I don't look good too. There's probably bits of like peanut butter jelly
Yeah.
There's not
sandwiches
much you
in
can-
here.
there's not much you can do with this, to be honest. Evie destroyed his body.
You know when you like leave a controller
Grave
sitting
down.
around for or like an old Game Boy and like
There's crust.
the batteries have like started oozing out battery acid and now it's like sealed shut.
And if I really
That's
do
what I
get high,
imagine.
then it's really not a good.
Yeah, so it's a bad. All right, so
A lot of coins,
you did what
too.
you could. It's rough in there. You pop that shit open. There's like a smell that comes from inside of you, but you're not sure what's going. There may be like a small dead animal in there, and you don't even know what's going on. Something that crawled in while EB was like shutting down one time. So
Like
Plug it off.
you were able to make it that you definitely can't scan like the whole city, but it's probably good enough that it may work within close range.
Okay.
So you may be able to get a warning that something's on its way if you just keep it on all the time. But as
What do
far
I
as
have to turn off to keep it on all the time?
let's say, pick a function.
Coin.
It's your choice.
No,
You
I'm
have
keeping those
to
coins.
you have to shut something down.
Legs. So we keep legs.
Your
Stuff in
legs.
everybody's got legs.
You're on Callahan's back maybe, or do you
You
just
know
tuck
what?
him up and
Like,
move on your
I
arms?
tuck them up if I have to, but right now I'm just gonna hang out on your back and I
That's
just like
fine.
a glorified little beat machine.
That's fine. So you are the radar of the group at this
Just
point.
gooping on him once in a while.
Exactly, just like
Oh, the new fire shirt.
No,
White shirt.
It's okay. You can already pay for it. You got
We
it.
rode through the desert on it too.
So you so you are now a little radar. You are working, and as soon as you turn it on, you tuck up your legs. You're walking around, and as you tuck up your legs to turn on the power, you're like, all right, beep, boop.
there is something.
We got an incoming.
What do you guys do?
Prepare.
Do you hunker down? Do you run?
Well, I'm sure I have like binoculars or something. Can I see what it is?
Okay, let's say you have binoculars and you whip them out. You look out the streets or down the streets, and can't see anything over here. Can't see anything over
You see
here.
Street cleaner.
Straight up.
You look up to and in the like whatever apartments were above the JCPenney.
I was joking.
You see-
I can't believe there's actually something.
You see, as you look up, you see poking out of one of the windows appears to be some sort of like mechanical kind of body with one red sort of light on its face, and as you look at it, you're like, oh, and its arms out to the outside of the window, and it flips without moving that head part. It flips its whole body around it like a gyro, and then as you looked up, you just follow it as it boom and lands in the street in front of you, and you see this sort of kind of hulking looking thing with what appears to be some sort of Gatling gun on its right arm,
Huh.
and what appears to be
It's not
a,
the street cleaner.
Nope. And what appears to be a sort of like a big metallic hand with like 3 big fat fingers as it lands. With like it didn't do leg day, so it has like thinner little legs. It lands, and then you see and 2 more land behind it, and it starts charging up its Gatling gun. What do you guys
How
do?
sturdy are the walls? Because you said we tucked into a place.
They're like concrete. Some of the bullets may get blocked, some of them may get through. It's kind of rough. There's a bunch of junk and trash inside of this place, though.
Let's make trash ghillie suits.
Oh, they see you. They're just like, there you
It's
are.
firing its gun right now.
Also, your radar is going beep 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 beep. So they're near you. They're probably right near you somewhere.
Once Martin hears a beep and he goes running deeper to hide behind something.
So more as soon as boom you dive into the room as the things slam into the street. Callahan, you see them slam onto the ground. Evie and Callahan, you guys see it. You're the first one. You're like right there. So you can act first. What do you want to do?
Run.
So
What does their faces look like?
they're basically like think they're kind of shaped like that, like a
Square.
Triangle.
like that. Yeah, like a triangle. They're shaped almost like a triangle with like a little round head with one red light. There, hold on.
How's it a round head if it's a triangle head?
It's got a round base and then points.
Like the Incredibles robot?
Like kind of like the Incredibles
That's exactly
robot.
what
Yes.
it is.
Okay. Yes. So it's not a perfectly round, it's flat at the top, and their little round head can spin all the way around, and then they have like Gatling gun, and then
Oh.
you know big hand right there.
As
Big hand.
I'm running for cover, can I take aim and shoot for a little red dot?
Okay, no problem. So roll a d20. Now, are you like a fucking sharpshooter? Is that your thing? Like,
Yes.
are you a?
Yeah,
you just everything. So roll.
No, a snake venom
Chef.
and dueling. That's what I do. Like with a
I like
hand.
that. Cool. So you boom and you fire as it slams. Go ahead and roll to see how bad it hurts.
16.
So as it goes and like the head spins around as the gun goes and then shoots like up the building, and the other two look at it because like it did it wrong and they're like and they're gonna start, but you blasted one of them as it fired off. Callahan, the other two, as one of them gets shot, what do you do? Because the
I
other two
wanna
are loading up.
jump on the windracer and go up the side of the building, up and out.
I fucking love it. Do you have EB with you?
Yes.
It
Please.
flies.
Awesome. EB, are you just holding on with your arms?
No, I have him on a
I wish
little
does my
backpack.
horse fly?
He's like a Clank from Ratchet and Clank. I fucking love
He
it.
literally is just like a backpack.
Oh, we need to give you a stupid propeller on your head. Well, that's what you can do. So you
For no reason.
you
Yes.
fucking run instead of running
Fly.
away. Callahan runs towards them, dives through the window, and hops onto the what is it called?
Windracer.
Onto the windracer. And as soon as like one of them locks onto you, the other one's aiming at the building. It's just like, and you and sweep up as it, and you outrun it's fast as fuck as you start like serpentining up the building, and the bullets are following you as one of them kind of sees you, and as you do, it kind of like leaps and starts like and is like trying to climb up after you. You're much faster than it, but you definitely
Still
led one. Oh, it's horrifying, but you led one away from the group. Just looking at. So you have him chasing you. EB, the one you can see it behind you as it's climbing after you. The red light kind of bright as it's like and ripping apart the concrete underneath
Brother,
you.
stop. Brother. Stop this. Halt.
Oh, so fucking
Cease.
roll a d20. 2.
It doesn't hear you.
Brother, stop. You connect to it. It hears you as it goes and it slows the gun down as you hear it like reloading, and it goes die, and you're like, oh no, that's not.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Obliterate my face.
I guess this is how it will be.
So you're like kill me.
You're connected by the straps, but you're just completely
Yeah.
limp. Like,
Like his little arms flapping.
Clank, 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 clank. So while you guys are being chased, Martin, back to you.
Yeah. So one is going after them.
Onto it.
One
Yeah.
got hit by him.
One got hit and is currently like derp as it's fired off that way. One of them is just unloading into the building as you see concrete is you guys all probably got down you can tell that the concrete's protecting you somewhat. It's not like it's just full force blasting bullets at you, but there are bullets just and just flying through this place. They're not very good at aiming. They just obliterate. You know what I mean? They just have chain guns for arms.
demolitions robots.
Yeah, they're just killers. They just send them somewhere to spray and pray.
Okay.
Who sends them?
Well, back when they were used for war, now they're just rogue.
Has Martin run into these? Come in here for a job before?
JCPenney's. You used to work at JCPenney's.
3 again.
No. What the fuck are these? But you've probably fought robots before. They got stuff in them. These ones.
Do
They
they?
got mechanics and shit in them. You'd probably have to rip out hard
Okay.
surfaces, but clearly he was able to hurt one of them.
Yeah.
But like they probably have. You probably know. Like you probably don't know the inner workings though. You just
That's
know
okay.
fucking shoot it enough and it'll
Can
die.
you put
Yeah.
UB's mind inside of one of them?
Give me a better body. Make me strong and proud.
You might not want to die so bad.
Are there other opens in the wall, or is that the only open that's getting fired through?
That's the only way that they can get in. There
Okay.
might be other ways out.
Okay. Is there one nearby that I could get out and get around to them?
Sure, let's say there's a back
Flank
door.
'em.
Yeah. Okay, so this place is kind of decrepit. Is there any rebar that might have some concrete or something on it?
Sure.
Okay, I want to pick it up.
Probably in the room as you're ducking from bullets, you probably like, and you see the rebar sticking out, and you just
I
like
want that.
crawl over, pull it up, and you're like, yeah, that'll work. And then make your way to the back door.
Yeah.
As you kick open an old rusted metal door, as you just come, and you have this thing in your
I
hand.
want to get out so I can flank.
Okay.
So is one just firing in, and then one is hit by Alex.
So the other one got shot, and it's like, and it's readjusting its head as you see it like kind of is getting confused. He hit it
Okay.
right where like it was sensitive,
Yeah.
big bright red target. But it's now like, all right, it's gonna readjust itself pretty soon.
And how tall are these things?
They're maybe like 9 feet tall,
Okay.
Well, they ain't that big.
10 feet tall.
Shit. So the
So you have
one
your
fired
rebar.
is really focused on firing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it just stops to, and it's gonna start
Roll.
again.
Okay, if it has stopped, and it's charging up, I want to go running for that, and I want to swing the rebar like at the gun arm and try and like break its gun arm.
Sure, roll a d20 and add 5 just cause.
It's 5 plus 5. Oh, that's
See
ten.
it goes, boom, and it slams you with its
That's right.
hand, and you're like, fuck, and slam into another building, and you crash into it, and it starts like, one of them is turning towards you, the other one readjusts its head and aims into the store and starts unloading, as the other one looks to you, and it's like, fuck you, and Lois says, you're like, uh-oh.
Can I try to like dodge that way? Is there broken bits from where I crashed into around?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Can I just grab a broken Brit and haul it as I'm running away?
So you, as it, roll a d20, see how bad it hurts.
12.
12. So you, as you, and you actually, it's part of the concrete that you smashed over its arm broke. So you're like, oh shit. So you pick up a piece of the concrete, throws it, and just shoots just above your head as you, and start running away. I think we went, you're next.
Okay. She would have ran for her car.
You, you
Yeah,
ran out the
Russian.
back door, the same back door that Martin ran out of.
So now these things are out here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I would start driving near one, get like running around it, you know what I mean, avoiding as best as possible.
Are you drifting
Neither of them
around
are
it?
shooting.
Yeah.
Neither of them are shooting at you.
That's
One
fine.
is shooting into the store, and the other one is now shooting at Martin. But yeah, you
Oh,
want
then
to.
that's even better.
Yeah.
I
So
would-
you're at their flanks if you want it.
Yeah, so I want to look for, I guess their back and just be like, this is so stupid, and I'm going to jump out of the car onto their back. And I'm
Okay.
gonna do some-
You do so. I'm not even gonna have to. As you drive, do you just let your car keep going?
Yeah.
So as you go, and you climb up onto your car as your car keeps your little Volkswagen Beetle, and you leap onto the one that's shooting into the store.
Kirby, no!
And as you do, the car keeps going, skids a little bit to the right, and slams into the one that was shooting at Martin. So as Martin is running away, you see it like as it readjusts its head and lines up with you as you're like, fuck, you just see and hits it as it's like, and the Volkswagen Beetle runs it over and then like kind of crashes into a wall, and the robot kind of rolls over like.
Oh, I'm going after it with the rebar. Just gonna smash the shit
Okay,
out
we'll
of
get
the
to you in a
robot.
minute. So you leap onto its back, and it as soon as you grab onto its back, it's shooting into the store. While it's shooting into the store, its head spins around to you, and you're like your whole face goes red with the light, and it goes, get the fuck off. And you're like, oh, what do you do?
I wanna shadow the like Colossus said. Like I wanna look for a weak spot and I just wanna
You
go
know
for
where
it.
these weak spots are. Now,
Is there
do you want to use any of your abilities?
Yeah, sure, I'll make
Break
it
the ground.
explode.
Okay, you're gonna use Make It Explode.
Mhm.
So, roll a d20 and add 5, and tell me what you get.
We're
See how
robots
effective.
in this game.
10,
None of
15.
us are nice.
15. So as you jump on its back,
You make it explode.
What?
You make it explode.
As you jump on its back, it kind of stops shooting as it's like because you start grabbing shit, and it's spinning its arm around Alex. You can see that as it kind of moves to shake you off, you see that Nidris is on its back, and she is holding on with, I'm gonna say what is like a small like
a
magnet.
wrench or something.
Well,
What about like the ice pick from
Just
Titanfall?
jammed into it.
Sure, something that can get
Yeah.
into metal circuitry, so it like welded its way in as you're just holding on, and this is what you do to anchor onto mechanical things that move, and you have like shit like tools in your mouth, and you're like open up this hatch on its back and start pulling out wires, and she's fucking with it. You can see that it's trying to whip its arms around, almost like make its front. Make its back its front. Did you want to try to shoot it to distract her, or do you want to shoot the one that Martin is currently beating the piss out of?
The one that is targeting Amanda.
Where do you want to shoot it?
I'm gonna run up to it and start shooting. Its arms
Shoot
are
its-
going backwards.
Its arms are currently, the mechanical arm is twisting around and
I want to shoot
reversing.
at the joints then.
Okay, cool. So, boom, as you fire onto one of its joints, roll d20 plus 5.
8.
8 total?
Yeah.
As you kind of, you don't blast its arm off, but as it reaches for her, it and like spins around, and it's like, ow, fuck you. As you finish, and you hop off of it, and you can hear,
Run away!
and it kind of like moves around jointedly, starts grabbing where you were, fucking with it, with its back is now its front, and it goes, oh, I am too young to die, and it blows up. As it does, you guys are just about to the peak of this building, what was like a tenement building above the JCPenney, and as you reach the top, you EBC boom, like this thing explode, and the other one as it's like and it spins its head around, not stopping climbing, but it spins its head around and it goes, rest easy, brother, and then spins back and
Hulk Hogan?
what do you want to do, Jeff? You're reaching the top. This thing is still behind you.
Is the eye looking at us?
Yes, it spins back around.
I wanna-
Unless you wanted to time it.
No, I want to be looking at us.
Okay.
It's still going up the building. I want to take the wingman and just aim straight back. And
Okay.
Try to get the red eye.
So let's say you just crest. You know what I mean? The top and boom and fire off. You're gonna but roll how like hardy of a hit it is. Roll it plus 5.
15.
15, not bad. As you and it starts to climb faster now, but it can't see. You have effectively blinded it, but it's like I know you are still there. You must still be there. Destroy. Yeah.
How big are they?
About 9 feet tall, wide. They're hefty.
Are
And
they
it's-
like tanky or just big?
Kind of tanky, I guess. They're metal. They're like one big. That's what they are. The big fat metal things.
Drop me.
On him?
Drop me.
Dude,
Yes.
The arms behind you, Naruto
without
style.
hesitation.
Evie tries to grab onto I imagine there's like a rim right here where the head can spin around.
Yeah.
Kinda like
It
a
rests
ribbon.
on like a flat part.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Good.
Grabs onto it
What the fuck?
and then gets up in the biz. He's gonna try to get in. Is it more
In the biz.
cog based or is it more electrical based?
It's both. It's a bit of both.
It's a bit
A
of
lot of
both.
cogs and machinery, but there's also electrical power source in there. And
Evie's gonna start trying to yank all the cogs out where he would imagine would be important because he knows what's important in him. So he's gonna just
true.
start trying to
We'll
merge.
say whereas she can do anything that's mechanical, we'll say you're good with robots, specifically what you're fighting right now. So go ahead, roll d20 plus 5 to just fuck its whole body.
7.
7 as you and it goes.
Just with the one hand though, because my legs are busted right now.
So what you do is you don't destroy it, but you do shut down one of its arms.
Good. That's
Unfortunately, it's the only arm that it's using to climb. As it goes and flies itself up, and it smashes its body into the thing, and its other arm swings into the thing, and as its momentum for flying up stops, and it just starts going down. It goes, uh-oh.
let us race the void, brother.
They're falling?
EB is gonna go with the thing. You see
I
it.
want to.
As you start hauling ass down, EB, do you allow him to save you?
Roll for it.
As
slap him
Roll
across
for it.
the
Roll
Even you
d20
say
plus
odd,
plus
no.
5 because this is your shit.
He saves me.
He does? As you snatchy beat off the fucking
Damn!
just as it falls, Martin, you are slamming this one, and you hear
It was my
Coming
time.
towards me.
as you look up and you see woe is me as it just falling.
Is it coming right down?
My family.
The natural reaction is to do the highest pitched scream and run.
Martin is
I want to like slam the rebar and run like into the eye and just run
with
away.
one last boom. You don't get it like all the way in, but you
That's
get it.
okay.
You get it kind of in there as it goes. Ow, you fuck! And as
You the fuck.
as you and run away. Actually, make that sound first. What would Martin sound like?
I mean, you kind of did it.
Well, you can do it though.
Just.
Oh Jesus!
You're welcome.
And as you start running away, the other robot comes
Enjoy that.
forward and slams onto the rebar that you rested on the other one just enough, and it just slams and spears through his head, crushing his head underneath it. As the other one, that same rebar goes through this one's chest. As they're now just two robots, kind of crumpled like two soda cans with a spike of rebar through both of them. As they just
Pull my beer out of my pocket and drink this side.
it's a lot of wet because a lot of it spilled.
Your
It's
bag of
fine.
holding is just beer cans.
Yes.
Your cans and
Good.
drugs.
Question though, is there sand around us still, or is it been clean?
You know, yeah. So I'm gonna say on the sidewalks and stuff, yes, you can probably find a handful of sand.
I'm
every
putting
once in
that sand in some of my pockets.
Pockets.
Okay, so you have
Pocket
some pocket
sand.
sand.
Yeah.
Oops. Well, Jeff didn't have any pocket sand.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's
This
not
is
good
the
at
one
that.
character you never got pocket sand.
You want me to save you some pocket sand?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna make
extra
I'm
pocket
gonna make a
sand.
D&D
Are you
edit for
gonna
our next
roll?
campaign just pocket sand, and
Good
that's
idea.
it is a
Just
pocket that
call it
perpetually
that.
fills. You
Just
never
call
run
it
out
that.
of it, and it's just called pocket sand. Okay, so
Perfect.
you as soon as the enemies are dead and the danger is over, Martin is putting sand in his pockets. You are able to see. So, you and Nidris were able to destroy the one. Were able to destroy the one on your own, and you guys were able to kill one on your own as well.
Do these have any type of fuel source or detonator
Yes.
Super
things
big
inside them?
assassin.
Or should I ask the engineer that question?
So
Yes.
is there any way we could repurpose these bodies to use as explosives?
only with her. Yes.
No, I'm
Only-
asking her in character.
Yeah, only she can, but yes.
What
Nobody
do,
else
what
can.
do you want to do with them?
Have explosives.
Well, yeah, but what are you planning?
Exploding stuff. Like a building.
Do you want grenades out of them, or do you want to
Maybe-
turn them into grenades, like their whole bodies into
Like
bombs?
get their fuel and power source and have something
a
portable
portable.
that we could destroy a tower or a cave or something.
I could say you could roll for that.
Do we want to do that now and bring the whole tower down? I don't think that's a good idea. Don't we want to? Do we have something to get inside these buildings?
That's true, but once we know where he's hidden, we can blow him up. After,
Yeah, I can do
after
that.
we get the item.
You can absolutely. I want you to roll for it.
I'll make 3.
Roll 2d20 or 3d20. That's right, because there's 3 of them. Well, one of them is blown up, so
So
2d20
two.
9
plus 5.
plus 5
Not bad.
and 10 plus 4.
All right. Yeah, you have 2 pretty decent bombs. They'll blow up probably around the same amount that blew up.
Okay.
So
you want to put them in your buggy?
they're about that
They
big.
fit.
So each of you can
Oh.
wear one. It's like a backpack. They're about
Oh,
that.
okay.
Or you can put
Yeah,
it in the
I'll
trunk of your buggy.
No, I'll wear one.
Your buggy. Any
I
other?
refuse.
Oh, my buggy. How is that?
So you go, your baby.
You should
You
pull
go
it in
over
your stomach.
as it's smoking a little bit. Because if it was anybody else's car, it would be fucked beyond belief. But because of all the adjustments and enhancements that you've given it, its hardy little armor has held up. And you go over to it, and she's gonna be okay.
Alright.
She's smoking a little bit.
She always is.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you're good. So you guys have killed some of the rogue robots.
Question.
Glass tower drones. Yes.
The one that exploded,
Yes.
is there... I want to go over to it. Is there anything to scavenge out from the inside of it that's worth anything?
Nothing. I don't think you kind
Ammo.
of know what you're looking at. I mean, as you go over to the bodies, the robot bodies, right?
Yeah.
They're mostly
Robot.
gutted from her making those bombs out of them. It looks like she
Okay.
took a lot of the important gears and gadgets and wires and stuff.
Okay.
What about the Gatling gun?
I mean, there's not much. She didn't use the Gatling guns. You want to take one?
Yeah, I'll
Well,
take one.
attach it to
I'm
the
not
horse.
There's two that are in good
Right in the
condition.
mouth.
There's two that are in good condition. One of them exploded, and you don't have more ammo. You just have as much ammo. But they shot for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
So you just have as much ammo as in them right now.
Perfect.
Let's say they have like another ammo canister on the side that would like I don't know
I'll
refill
check
from
that.
the main body.
Use
Are
both
there-
of them.
I'll
We'll
Alright.
say if you with her help you're able to remove the entire arm. Again, you can't really do this, but now because
Yeah.
you have a mechanic in your group, you're
No,
good.
I'm harassing like probably her for this.
Nidris.
Like, get that.
Nidris is very busy right now, covered in oil, making all this shit. So now you have, let's say you have the actual arm of the thing, and part of the wires, and there's like a small lever inside that would like trigger. That is what you press. It's almost like the tendons of the robot you are using to trigger the actual gun. You know what I mean? Like it's not a normal trigger at all. It's like this weird lever that you press.
Also, are there just like random little bits and pieces in it?
Gears and
Put
shit.
that in some pockets.
Sure, gears you could probably throw them at
Yeah.
somebody who fuck you.
Gear
Yeah.
Ninja Star.
Sure.
Perfect.
Ninja gear.
Solid.
Ninja Gaiden.
Anything else that you guys want to do with these bombs?
Ninja gear, dude.
Stop it. Don't make me sick.
Do.
I'm gonna pull out my pet snake and start petting it.
Excuse me?
Very
He
confused.
pulls out a dead snake. No. Do you have a pet snake?
I know I did. It's a
Does
king
it crawl?
cobra.
It crawls out of a segment that's inside of the horse. I would assume you keep it on the horse at all times.
How decayed is
In
it?
my boot.
It's in your boot? No. Do you want to have a pouch where your weird snake sits?
Yeah, snake pouch, yes.
It comes crawling out and up, and you're.
It's a little pouch on my belt.
So he starts petting a fucking weird snake.
And I start tongue kissing it.
Okay. So as you guys are sitting there fucking around,
I'm watching this.
you hear this
Bites my
noise. It's far off, but you hear this like.
No.
Now you, oh fuck,
Callahan.
are like, oh,
Carnahan.
I've heard that noise before, and you're like, but wait, why would it? And you look around, there's a whole lot of destruction on the street. There's a
Dirty
whole lot of
street.
trash on the street.
Street cleaner.
Street sweeper's coming.
Street sweeper.
What's
And
the
you hear
street
this-
sweeper
this-
sweep? Yes.
This
More garbage.
as it's just, and the ground starts kind of rumbling as it's getting close.
Ooh, plant one of those bombs.
Yes.
Under the rubble.
How does the street sweeper clean?
So
Is that a riddle?
you roll d20 because I don't know how close you are
me
to everything. 11. So you probably have never gotten too close to it because you
You should roll.
don't want to because it just kills everything its way. But not only does it have
Should I?
it has
Roll my
something that pulls things into itself and just decimates whatever it pulls in.
It pulls things into it?
Fucking
It's like an
dest-
incinerator.
it just destroys everything that it eats. Not only that, but it has what used to be, you assume, other cleaning implements is now weaponized and can shoot things out of the air. It is like it's its own like siege monster. It just, but it doesn't go after you if you're not in the street.
Question.
Get off the
We're making-
Steps off
Get off the
the
street.
So you guys just want to get on the sidewalk and stay there?
Question.
Yes.
I
The
want
only
the
way-
group.
Getting
I'm
off the
gonna pick
street.
you up.
It's an incinerator inside is what he's saying, right?
Something. Yeah. You assume. You would assume. Some intense incinerator that can destroy metal
Would I
quickly.
know if a bomb went into an incinerator if the bomb would explode?
So I will say you've probably even heard stories of this thing, and based on what it does and how it destroys stuff,
This dice can fuck right up.
probably not. You probably need something bigger than what you've created.
Okay.
Two of them.
What you could do is probably definitely slow it down, but something that's been alive for this long and does what this thing does, eating hazardous materials, it probably has a way to repair itself.
Let's get off the street and just leave it alone. There's it's not bothering us, it's just gonna clean up.
I'm preoccupied with my snake. I don't hear anything.
Do you guys get off the street and stay there, or do you leave? Because you can just leave
Let's
if you want.
Leave
You
me
won't.
like
Oh,
the
yeah,
trash
let's
I am.
No.
So Evie is laying in the street rolling. Please kill me.
He grabs me.
You just pick him up and put him on your back.
No.
As you hear boop, 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 as the but you guys kind of escape that horrific noise of the street of the sweeper. and make your way. But now you know that if you do create litter on the street, the sweeper comes for it quickly. So, how do we go about
Only our street.
finding Dervin? Is there any way that you guys in particular would use to hunt your
I'll
prey?
start shouting,
to-
Dervin.
Yeah,
Dervin,
that's
Dervin."
You know your way around these places. You know that the arrow boys have been in the glass tower ruins longer than everybody. They've been here for generations. They're like a raider group, but they're also like a tribe that just lives here. So you may be able to speak to them. You may not. Or you could avoid them entirely if you want, because they can also be like shitty.
I'd
And
probably avoid them.
but I mean, they would know. You know what I mean? Who's here and who's not. You guys could just start checking the towers if you want, or you could start just going towards ruins that you know that you've seen other people. You could also make like, you know, Jeff, since you're the one that knows these ruins, if you want to say that there's, you know, somebody, we can say there's some old coot that lives out here.
Some old coot that lives out here.
Mm-hmm.
You might help us.
He might help you.
Let's go visit this old coop.
How far away is he?
Not far. He lives in what used to be, I would say, an old, say a gas station. An old gas station.
With a rocking chair on the front porch.
On the roof.
His name is what was my character's name in that thing that we did?
What's his name, Jeff?
Andy.
Flint Moonrock.
Alright.
Andy.
You gonna do this to me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so Flint Moonrock. You guys approach. Well, hello, I love you. You guys approach this gas station, and as you approach, a shot rings out. As you hear, sounds like a rifle firing, and it fires near your glider. Is it? And you hear, get off my land! Get off my land!
Flint, it's me. Callahan.
Who's that down there now?
Callahan.
Who's that down there
He's blind.
Weathersby.
Oh, how do I know it's really you? And you see what appears to be just a hat peeking above the brim of the roof. Just like
I
this
fire
old...
the wingman into the sky.
Who are these people? Who's that one? And he fires a shot near
They're my colleagues.
at your car. It shoots right into the door of your car.
Oil starts leaking.
Out of the door?
Oh. It's a shitty car. They're colleagues. We're on a job. We're looking for Durbin McBride.
Callahan, you got friends?
I mean, kinda.
Oh, Callahan, it's about time you made yourself some friends.
You're my friend, Flint.
Come on over and we'll talk about it.
Watch out for the landmines.
Oh yeah, watch out, don't go down.
80 old lanes of almost.
Let me go.
And make sure your cars ain't on the street. Bring them in.
So it seems that the gas station area, the sweeper does not swing by, as there's trash and litter in between the pumps. And he comes puttering down off the
It's like
roof
Tremors.
and out. Yeah. So I was thinking, like, oh man, that would have been cool if it was things that came up. So anyway, he comes out.
We're all right in there.
And he was a small man. Describe Flint Moonrock for us.
He's a. Was he a.
Small man.
He was a gnome, I think.
Oh, he might have been a gnome. He was a gnome. He's a gnome who's naked except for a pair of suspenders and a big. The fat guy from Toy Story 2. Yeah, prospector hat.
Oh my
Like a gallon hat.
He's
There's
has,
holes in it.
almost looks like Grandpa from Hey Arnold as well, but doesn't know.
He's got a big beard as well, I think. Like a
That's
big
right.
beard that almost hooks this way.
But
Is he
a
blind?
Mean, he's a mean fighter. No, he has pretty sharp eyesight, but I don't know what.
He comes out with a gun. It's definitely not made for a gnome. It's a normal, like, person-sized gun. But he handles it well. And he uses it like a walking stick as he begins to approach.
What brings you out here now?
We're looking for Durbin McBride.
Dumb bride.
That's right.
I know my dumb bride, Callahan.
What?
I know my dumb bride, Callahan.
You obviously do not speak Boomhauer.
I know that's not how you made him speak, but I just...
No, it's perfect. That was like a generation ago, so
Yeah.
he's been out here in the wilderness.
He's lost
He picked it
himself. He's lost himself.
Or did he really find himself?
We're trying to recover something that he took from our employer.
I had Bert. The goose hunt.
Yes,
Squirts that juice.
that's what we're looking for.
Uh-huh.
Is he just flaunting it?
That juice goose.
Juice Goose.
Yeah, he got it. He comes driving around here. He comes driving around here screaming, hooting and hollering, saying I need to give him gas, and then doesn't need no gas no more. He's got that goose on him.
What was the last time you saw him?
A couple days ago.
You know where he was going?
Yeah, go back home.
Where's his home?
Right up there.
And he points to the biggest tower in the middle.
Called it.
He didn't used to be in there. Used to be pumping around sewers over there. But once he got the Duke Goose, goes right up there and takes himself a big shot.
Which tower is it? The big one?
The big one that's like a space needle.
Space Needle.
Now what he does now, he raises his boys every now and again. You wait and turn around on sundown, he's gonna come down and race his boys.
I see.
Him, the arrow boys, will be race. Or you can get him fast. Ooh, and he don't expect you.
Are you a good racer? I have no idea what this
I'm the
means.
best there is.
No,
Are you really?
he's like four best. Four best. What race you ever won, Callahan? What race you ever won, Callahan? Hey, Callahan, what race you ever won?
Mechanic lady. Doctor. Can you make car go fast?
Oh, well, I can try. Maybe I can pull apart one of these bombs and. No.
Whoa, y'all thinking about making racing? You can't race no Durban. It's gonna be a death race. Ain't no normal race.
Good.
Yes.
Well, they all gonna be shooting and killing each other.
Good.
Oh, Callahan ain't built for that. Look, he's stringing his sand.
I have my team with me.
Oh, yeah. How that wingman working?
Pretty good. We just took down one of the security bots.
Really?
3 of them.
Oh, no. Maybe you do have a chance, huh? Now then. You want to race, all you gotta do is go over there and tell him. Be like, we won't race.
And he's going to be using the Juice Goose for the race.
So that's why he wins every time.
So we got steal.
But the arrow boys don't know that he cheating. Well, I don't know if it's cheating, but they would think it's cheating.
We can tell the Arrow Boys it's cheating.
If they don't kill you.
If
That's
they
our
don't kill
money.
us.
Do they use bow and arrows?
Arrow boys?
Yeah.
No, arrow boys is an aeronautical. They fly.
What do they use as weapons?
Guns, axes, swords.
An axe from a pterodactyl? Doctor?
They get really close.
You'll see.
Do you have any goods to be purchased here? Like can of beans?
Berries and what?
Berries and what else?
I want to buy a can of beans.
Don't spill your beans.
Oh, I just
Spill
started
your
eating.
beans.
He goes into his gas station and he comes back out with an open and half empty can of beans.
Ugh.
$100.
You got enough?
Hell no.
Supply and demand.
My beans not good enough. My beans not good enough for you.
They're open and
What else you
spoiled.
gonna get beans out here?
And there's maggots in
We
it.
gonna do? Go dig them up?
I will drive an hour back to the city and get real beans.
Yeah.
He goes back inside very upset. Offended, even.
Bet on
How many
us.
teeth in his mouth?
How many teeth in his mouth?
2. Bet on us.
One bottom, one top, so you can rip the black powder
So you
packets.
can get some more supply here.
Bet on you?
Yeah.
They're 2 molars for front teeth.
You all gonna race? Or it's just gonna be you?
Black Betty is a good racing horse.
This is gonna be me.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be me.
Alright. I'll bet on you, Callahan.
When they're racing and shooting at each other, do
bizarre.
pieces get blown off into the street?
Oh yeah, occasionally. They also, I will tell you, they also set up traps for each other. So there'll be people practicing.
Just
Like-
snipe them.
Scouting for sniping, scouting for killing, scouting for setting traps. So he gonna race. Y'all can maybe help him out. Get rid of them there.
So that street cleaning robot that comes around.
Oh, the sweeper's just part of it. The sweeper, anybody who loses, they feed the sweeper.
They get swept.
Yes, I do, yeah.
Try to use that to our advantage.
Good.
Good, you ground any of them, sweeper's coming. It's usually a scout race. Durban's got one of them floating vehicles. Floating around hooting and hollering and all that.
Like mine?
Well, no, yeah. You got a little surfboard. You got one of them automobiles. Them floating automobiles. That's what you got. A bigger.
What?
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 No.
He
You look like that picture, right? You got a midriff.
No.
Oh, all right. Sassy. How about this? I bet on you win.
Mm-hmm.
I bet on you lose. You lose. And you give me all your teeth.
No.
Alright.
Well, worth a shot.
Oh, no, I'll try. Can't really got to try and get in teeth. Alright.
Bye.
Bye now.
All right, let's go see.
I'll make Callahan's surfboard faster.
Okay, you want to make it better?
Mhm.
So roll a d. So while you're here, you can use his garage in the gas station and use his tools and such. He does have a lot of shit useful in here. So I would say add actually 10 because you're doing it inside of this garage.
18.
Hey.
That's because you did it inside of the old Coop's garage. So your Windride is considerably faster. And I want you, you're able to put this like weird sort of, how do you make it faster? Is it like a jet engine on it? Is it like you just make it more aerodynamic?
It just go faster.
Yeah, I don't know. how
She
this
augments
works.
the technology that's already on there, putting a couple of extra these metal pieces on it that are kind of like less wind resistant, and you are able to make this thing just so much better.
He said no cheating, right? They don't cheat. Do
Yeah.
they cheat?
Well, they all kill each other. They just
They're
don't know
gonna
that
be
he
shooting
has
each
that
other,
he has
right?
the amazing juice goose in his car. That's it. That's
Well,
one thing they don't know.
Maybe I'll put some augments on there. We just had 2 Gatling guns.
I'm gonna say in his garage you were able to find as you're
The race
digging,
begins.
as you're digging. Wait, you want to put protection or a gun on his thing?
I don't something.
Go in the
Something.
Gatling guns.
How about you can either choose between defense or offense for his Wind Rider. What do you choose?
Can you
My
put on?
stomach. My
Can you put
stomach.
a man-operated Gatling gun so I can shoot off the back?
It's
of yours?
not. It's not really big enough. If he's racing, it's gonna be him. You guys can run around with him and try to help
Yeah,
kill
we
these
could
guys.
have the guns on
Can I
us.
put the gun in my mouth?
I'll ride
That's
on
a
the
back
back
of him.
Holy shit!
Well, here,
A backpack.
wait. So can I make the thing defensive and then upgrade
That's
EV
what I'm saying.
Okay.
to be offensive?
Okay. If
How
you-
loud it's gonna be right behind my head.
Roll a separate. So you made his thing defensive, no
My-
problem.
My thing.
Roll a d20 plus 5 in order to make it better and basically make EV better. What do you do? Oh, you need your dice.
I know. I need my box.
It's on the table.
I don't
Loud.
like it.
Oh, okay, good.
What's in the box?
Just the spoiled by the box.
What's in the box?
I did spoil you with that.
Well, no, because like it hits things and then it's like changing. A 6. What am I?
Plus
wrong
5. No, just for the Gatling gun. There's
Because
no
you
such
rolled
as-
for the defensive.
So that's a
ability.
6
That
plus
would be-
5.
Well, no,
The defense is part of the 18 roll, which is great.
too? Okay, I'll take
So
it.
then this was a 6 plus 5, which is 11. So yeah, it's pretty good in there. It's doing all right. Maybe you won't die.
Hold on
Maybe
to my coins.
I'll tell you this much: it goes in your mouth. There's a good chance your head might explode, but you're probably like, yes, ah, kill me. So you have that. You also found what appears to be an air particle displacer inside of his thing. It's an incredibly rare piece of technology that creates force fields, small force fields, and you put it underneath the Wind Rider, and it can basically like whoop, puts a bubble around the Wind Rider that will be defensive for a time, blocking incoming damage for a certain amount.
But can
How
I
many
shoot
charges?
out?
Yes, that's why it's not just a straight force field, it's a particle displacer. It stops them. You can't see anything until they start shooting at you, then the bullets kind of womp, 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 womp. You know what I mean? But you shooting out works. It's just that it can get like fucked. It's not perfect,
Okay.
but it's really good. Yeah.
No, it is perfect.
What'd you say?
I didn't know if there's any specific amount of charges.
For the thing? Let's say it's the first shit ton of damage that hits you. Write down first shit ton of damage that hits you.
And a
is
half.
safe. And a half, sure. So you have now crafted your badass vehicle, prepping for the race with Durbin McBride and the Arrow Boys.
Does he have any old rifles laying around?
No.
How about his big shotgun?
You probably have a rifle on your gun or on your horse though.
No.
Like on their pack at all? Like in Red Dead Redemption, it
Right
keeps a
up my
shotgun.
horse's ass.
You probably have like one of those, probably a big
It's like
pack.
a gun rack on the side.
Well, I was gonna say it's a
Okay.
big pack, right? It's rolled up, and you undo it, and it and it's like gun,
Shotgun sniper.
like whatever you may need, because this is your shit.
Or
You just kind of
horse,
go
like,
wherever.
pets
and
and
Yeah,
it comes out.
you specifically don't have that.
Yeah, I just
But
have
you-
like a small gun in my gloves, and then
you just
everything else
you
happens.
just pick shit up. But so like you have a gun for any occasion, pretty much prepped and ready. Probably including one that you can like put a grenade at the end of, you know what I mean, like launch it. Sure, why not steampunk? So what do you guys do
Have we
next?
done anything steampunky yet?
I want a windracer.
I'm steampunky by just existing.
Yeah, you
You're a
guys want
robot,
some
not a steam
steampunk
robot,
stuff.
are you?
I'm a cog robot. I'm an automaton.
But
What
are you
what
steam
what
powered
constitutes
or
steampunk
diesel?
stuff?
There
Stuff
is
that
a
is
whole-
used-
You are riding
Steam.
a robot horse. How about you go fuck yourself? You're
It's
riding
not
a
steam
robot
powered.
horse.
It's
You're
rocket powered.
You're a Wild West gunslinger. Get out of my face. You're all steampunky. What do you guys do next?
Let's go find somebody.
You're gonna race, right?
Yeah, let's go enter the race.
All right, so you can either go talk to the Arrow Boys or Durban himself to try to sign up for this race.
Oh, let's just cut them to pieces right in front of us.
Yeah, let's get in with.
Sure, where all those people
God.
are.
We can take them.
We just have to kill him. We can run away afterwards.
Just grab them by the balls.
You guys just want to go to Durban's place.
We'll just see what happens.
You can also show up. You can
I
also
just did a
show
whole lot
up.
of
We'll
work on
say
the
you can also show up to
I
the
can
race
race it.
at nighttime if you'd like. It's basically just you know where he is now. You can just go kill him if you want, or you could do the big race. It's up to you.
Or you could just go home.
Or you could just go on.
We already got paid.
You guys want to go to the equipment?
You got paid.
Go to
Yeah.
the saloon.
There's another half on your. On
We
your
just
tab.
return to the bar to get drinks and use the money.
The guy's still sitting there like,
Wait, shouldn't you guys be doing something?
No, you guys fucking suck.
I want my money back. All guns drawn.
That's how you murder a hobo.
I feel like we should do the race because I haven't put a lot of effort into this.
I
campaign.
did. So actually, I put no effort into this entire thing. I have just been doing this as we've been going. So don't worry about me. I also am ready if you just want to go and kick his door down and start just shanking him to death.
You know my vote.
Yeah, you did find your lines.
You have this new fantastic Wind Rider, but if you want to just full force siege his castle, by all means.
Our good person campaign sure is gonna be something, huh?
We're gonna be good.
Don't worry, that's why I'm putting you in a world that's incredibly brutal, because if it's like, let's just strangle him to death, it's like, that's good, that's the good guy thing to do. You know what I mean?
Do
Like,
it.
the people you're going to be against are so evil that it won't matter.
so if we do prematurely end this session, we can discuss the next campaign meeting.
I like it.
Sure.
Let's charge the
I
castle.
was actually excited for the race, but
Yeah.
You can do
Listen, if we kill him, we
How about,
can
how
have
about, wait, how
the
about
first legitimate race without the juice goose being involved.
if you
What
want?
the fuck is
no, you
the
could
juice?
use the juice goose and win.
It's the whole point of why you're
No,
here.
I know, but
Well, fun.
It's an eternal power
He knew
source.
what
It's a
your
battery.
accent was the moment you started using it. He said
Oh,
the juice goose.
hon, that goes back. I'll explain it to you after this. That goes deep and far and back quite a ways.
Oh God! How?
This has been a voice and a character of mine for years. What the hell is the juice goose? So here, how about a vote? Who wants to do race? Raise your hand.
I have.
Idiot. And who wants to charge? Yes.
We could always kill the guy, get the power source, and then win the race.
We have an evil master ourselves. We can all ride it together.
You could pretend to be Durban
Shoot
McBride
everybody
and
out the
win against the
window.
Arrow Boy.
That.
And then
We're just saying we killed. I mean, they're all raiders, so if you're like, we just killed Durban, you guys want to race anyway?
Yeah, so we go kill Durban.
Sure, dope. Let's do it.
And then we make more money off of them, and then go back and make extra money from
Infinite
Winston.
money.
Yeah.
So,
Then kill
who,
Winston.
are we charging the castle then?
Let's charge the castle.
Now, the glass tower. This is where Durban McBride is.
Can I see him?
One of the 5 glass towers. You can't see him. but
He's
you can
taking a
see
shit in a glass bathroom right now.
The only way to get to glass, you can just see through it.
Where is Durban?
He's secret hideout.
Okay. A few things that you know about the glass towers. One,
This is all glass.
One, you can see right. One, you can see right through it. One, you can see right through it. Two, it's made of like strong shit. Like you can't just
Bulletproof
You can't just shoot more than bulletproof. You crash a car into this shit.
He
and it's
gets
not
off
gonna
on
buzz.
this.
It's hardy. Is there a way to bring down the towers? You may need to get inside. You've probably never been in here because
Oh my
again,
God.
this is where
So
Raiders
is it bullet? Is it explosive proof or just bulletproof?
It may be. These things have stood for how long? You know what I mean?
They're gonna know we're coming.
And
Are we
Raiders,
going loud anyway?
Raiders go after each other. Now
Let's
you can
blow it up.
enter. You can. Well, that's what I'm saying.
We
It
can
looks
try.
hard to blow up.
It's
you
like
can-
diamond almost.
You can enter through the bottom and
Typically
work your
I'd
way
get into a tower.
and work your way up. You may be able to enter through the top, but you have no means of which to get there besides your wind rider, and then you'd be alone. You can't carry more than you and a small, tiny robot with you,
Me.
a legless robot. So as of right now, let's say you're looking through scope binoculars.
Mhm.
You can see that you can see through everything. You can see that there's a lobby with a couple of guys in there, kind of walking around. The tower itself, there is what appears to be an elevator that goes up and down, but it does not work. It is not in working order. There is a stairwell that just circles all the way up. It stops at each floor, and each floor is its own. Looks like it used to be maybe
Military
offices or
base.
something. There are what appear to be actual cubicle walls in between some of these that you
Or
can't
glass.
see through. And then you see the top huge dome, and as you crank the little what's it like as the binocular eyes.
It's about 12 feet away from my face.
Because it's steampunk. It's not like electric. You know what I mean? And they're like this far out, and you're like, and
And
you
it
can
goes
see
left and
you can
straight.
see the very top what appears to be the beautiful office of
Jeez.
Durbin McBride as he has taken on this place. Also in that whole area is what appears to be this big badass looking hover like skyship that he has with it has like fake wings on it, you know, like steampunk shit. It's got little wings on it, propellers. Bless me. And shit like that. And as you look at it, you can see at the front of it, or not the helm, but at the the bow, right, the front is what appears to be a goose.
The goose's
The goose.
arm holding an apple.
Loose. No, it's just the goose. Like
And in his mouth is the battery.
no, actually, his mouth is emanating light.
Alright, I relay all this information to my party members.
So the ship is just on top of the tower.
No, it's inside the big glass
Oh.
dome area. Let's say there is an entrance from up there, and an entrance from the very bottom. Nothing in between.
We're gonna have
Only one person has a vehicle capable of getting in there, but you can't bring. I'd say you can bring the robot or one other person, but not the
my
robot
horse
and
can
one
fly.
other. Ooh, your
It's
horse
a
cannot
rocket
fly.
horse.
Your horse can go fast. It can't fly.
I cock its mouth back and its head goes straight up, and then rockets go out its ass.
And it
Your
names
horse
the whole
Try
way
climbing.
up.
We can
Your horse
Mission
can
Impossible
jump.
climb up there.
You could also Mission Impossible climb up there.
They'll never see this coming. It just
You could do that. You'd be terrified. They could probably.
They can't shoot at us though.
No, they can't. They'll just be ready when you get up there. Is the whole thing glass? Yeah. It's fucking right there.
Should we go in disguise as
Licks my
gangsters who want to be hired by Durbin? Go up the stairs, walk right into his palace.
We could-
I've been hired before.
We could tell them we were hired by Winston
Churchill.
Weatherford.
I like it.
And we
Sound plan. We're all on the same page. And what about the robot?
You were hired by Winston to do what?
to kill Devin.
We don't need details.
And that's what you're gonna tell them?
Yeah.
Okay.
We want to start.
I don't think that's a
mafia
good
war.
idea because they're not going to let us get close to him.
He, Winston isn't mafia. He's a company.
You shouldn't name them ship.
The Arrow Boys? Is that what you mean?
No.
Okay.
Tell them the Arrow Boys are trying to do something.
Well, no, I don't say we say the piece of information we're willing to give. We use it to get in with them.
We have
I don't know, I'm
insider
thinking about-
information
So-
about the race and how they're trying to sabotage your organization. I think we shouldn't do any details and go walk in and see how we go. How we
No
go.
How far we get just
No
walking
plan.
with confidence.
It always works the best that way.
Pure charisma.
So did you
Confidence.
walked in and you saw where the juice goose was?
I saw from a scope where it was because it's a glass castle.
I look into
He's all
your
the way
scope.
at the top.
How many? You guys go in pure
The
coincidence.
castle's really far away. It's backwards.
It was in the building.
It's inside the
but
big. The
it was
big.
attached to a thing.
On the
You
roof.
said
It's attached to his vehicle.
his vehicle
It's
is
parked in the
in.
castle.
Yeah, his vehicle's inside the tower.
Mhm.
At the top.
The glass tower.
It probably like has a hangar door or
Okay.
something.
Yeah. Okay.
A goose door.
If
So, do
you
you wanna?
guys go into the bottom, I'll go
Yeah.
into the top.
Yeah.
I like it.
And do you want to
That's
take one
called
of the
a
bombs?
leaning tower. of
Now-
Pisa.
You have a gun in your mouth, so
I do have a gun.
No,
in my
Eiffel
mouth.
Tower. I'm sorry.
and you have defensives
Now,
and fast.
now here's the thing. The goose looked like it was hooked into the ship. It's on the
I
edge,
can
but it's not
unhook
just
it.
tied to it.
Is it
So
a
are you
live
going to go
goose?
into the bottom, or are you going to go in with him and Evie goes in with these two? Only 2 people can ride that thing, and I think that's me being nice. Well, no, it kind of makes sense. I think in the show we could, in the movie. So
The
you
documentary.
could ride with Callahan and go up there. Is that what you're saying? You guys are going to be incognito, slipping in there and try to undo the
I
door.
mean, that might be good, especially if you
Goose
go
is
loud
Let's try.
downstairs and
Mhm.
distract
It's
them.
like my charisma. When have I ever been bad at talking my way through situations?
Yeah.
Help me with them.
Okay,
Carla.
so
Good
you
fighters.
guys are going to approach the
And
tower.
a backpack robot.
Is there any way
That's
that you
rude.
guys is there any way that you two can think of that you're gonna approach without them outright seeing you? Or are you gonna start the
Operation.
distraction first and then you, so let's go to the distraction team.
Okay.
The well, kicking down the door and murdering people.
Alright, you're gonna be our cappuccino bot. We
Who's
can't work
wearing?
without a cappuccino.
Yeah.
the front doors,
Just
big
spit out oil.
big ornate double doors, glass doors with like metal like kind of inlaid all around them. And you can see that there's 2 guards standing outside, patchwork kind of armor and stuff like that. One of them has what appears to be a big
Patch.
pole with a bunch of fat like gears on them, like it's like a club. And the other one has like this crazy fucking steampunk rifle as they're standing there. How do you guys approach this? And then inside-
Hola, compadres.
you're just gonna walk
¿Cómo
up.
estás?
So walking up is you. Are you decked out in all your gear,
Yeah.
or are you like in like rags or something?
Back down.
So you just show up
my
looking like a mercenary bounty hunter,
Mm.
and they the one guy takes the club and starts walking towards you. The other guy, and he actually takes it. He goes, and it like, and it's like winding up. I almost remember the crank rifle from Fallout 4.
Tranquilo, tranquilo,
And the
amigos.
one guy goes, better get the fuck out of here, and starts walking towards you with the club.
We have a job to do for Durkin. Durkin.
Tyler Dirt.
He looks you up and down.
I want to walk.
I know you, and yeah,
I'll walk up next to him.
I really know you.
And I'll say, been rehired with some extra help.
So I'm having your back.
You don't normally do the dirty business.
Yes, I do. It's my main job.
You're a bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm.
You don't usually work with the raiders, you take them in.
Well, let's just say that your boss needs someone from another racing organization taken in, so it mutually benefits us all.
I want you to roll a d20 with advantage. Roll a 20.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, okay.
So come on in. And he walks over to the door and he opens it. And there's other people waiting inside the lobby.
And then
And they
sees
start
the
walking
robot.
you in. There's another one standing like at what used to be this desk, this welcoming area, and all 3 of you go in. Are you on somebody's
He's
back?
on her.
As you're walking in, as you kind of looking around, as you walk past the one guy with the steampunk rifle, he goes, and like spits on the ground next to you. Do you say anything as you go past him in a backpack?
No, if he tries to just kind of like a backpack. So
Just
like
arm-
his arms hang and stuff.
As you make your way in, there's another security guy who's standing there, and he looks like he's talking to one of the other raiders, and he looks, oh, whoa, what the hell is this? And he's like, nah, it's cool, man. They're good to go. So what you can do is you can start heading up the stairs. The elevator's all bucky, sorry. So it's like
Can we at least try the elevator?
well, Well, no, we got this thing on the
Shit.
stairs. If you take a
Yeah.
look, and there's what appears to be a small platform you can stand on. It's almost like, you know those things that
Wheelchair.
but it's like a small thing that it looks like they built
Please,
it.
can
Because they
it
can't figure out how to make the
can
elevator work.
it can it go malfunction like Gremlins?
And shoot. Well, you need it.
To get up.
Yeah. But does it go way too fast? So, I mean, you're welcome to use that. And one goes, whoa, 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 the hell they are. Who the fuck are you? And what the fuck are you here for?
A job. Again.
A job?
Again.
The last time we saw you, we paid you and you was done.
Yeah. And then the job was done and now I'm rehired for another job. That's how this shit works.
Dumbass.
What is it? Go ahead, tell them what it is.
10.
No, it's not. What is that?
That's
a natural
clearly
20.
a 2.
That's a natural 20. You flipped it.
He falls in love.
He goes,
I want to seduce him with my eyes.
Can I help for advantage?
Two faces
I
squished.
rolled a natural 20.
And so
If
did
you
I.
guys get a natural 20, you can get
Fuck,
past
I'm not
him.
going.
I rolled in that 20.
Not now. This is
No,
a
that's
separate event.
before.
This is to not get attacked immediately,
Nope.
and I'm making it harder.
Get attacked immediately. The front bar just said, not 10. That's half as good.
I know you, son of a bitch.
I do good jobs.
Yeah, you do. But I also know that you work for anybody for anything.
Exactly.
Don't trust this motherfucker for a second. Well, they worked with us before, but
How
fuck
close
it,
is
this
his
is
hand
not-
getting to my face?
This one
Yeah.
doesn't give a shit.
Like
This one's
his
like,
finger
like,
off.
fuck this one, and that motherfucker's a bounty hunter. What the fuck you guys
Do not
thinking?
touch.
What the fuck was? He takes out and goes, what the fuck was that? Do you turn around and show
How's
me?
Let me
the guy
speak with him.
reacted?
Wants to speak with me.
Your backpack wants to speak with him.
I'll turn around. I'll look at the guy who was broing it
The
up
big
with us, though.
He looks just like, he looks pretty stupid. You
Yeah.
turn around.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
you don't let him talk to us like that? I'm gonna try and charisma him.
Roll with disadvantage.
It's a 17.
Roll again and take the lower number.
4?
I don't know you like that, Mr. Martin. You turn around and face this guy. He has his gun out and he goes, "What the fuck?"
8. If you really knew who this was, would you really be talking to them like that? Do you even know who we are, you motherfucker?
Who the fuck is this backpack talking to? I do
I
know.
put my gun to his temple and blow his head off.
As he goes,
Out there,
he goes, well, who the fucker? Boom! And the blood just as it gets all over your face.
Good job.
And then the
He was
guy,
disrespecting us.
the guy with the big
Now
club
you're
goes
trying to-
and looks.
I want to backhand Big Club guy like he's a bitch. and gets
Roll
attention.
d20 plus 10 because of your fucking claws.
It's 12.
12. So you just and do
I
the
want to
blades
subdue
come out,
him. Yeah, I want to crack like.
or are
I
you
wanna-
using the knuckles?
No knuckles. We're doing knuckles.
So as you boom, and he goes, "Ah!" And you definitely crunched his like his cheekbone. You definitely like broke part of his face
I
as he
rip the club out of his hand.
you do. And he goes, "Oh!" as he's rolling the ground. You laugh immediately
Pats you on the head.
as this
Can
one
I give her a
falls.
shotgun?
I give him arms.
You toss and you grab the shotgun as everyone starts to like take out guns like, oh shit, because you just did this. Like that and that happened
See
simultaneously.
on the outside
And
window.
now
Just blood across the walls.
people are raising out guns as you see.
How many
But-
people?
Oh, there's probably like 6 or 7 people in this room. As some of them start raising out guns, some of them start taking out like these axes and like steampunk sabers. As they all like, what the fuck? And the shotgun. And you get to go first.
It should be like a blunderbuss so she can regurgitate the coins into it.
Do you want to shoot coin shot at them with your gold?
Why the fuck not?
Okay. as you catch it, it's loaded with one shot already, and one guy is like out of the everyone's ears are ringing from the shot. So just a guy comes up. You
I
turn.
rolled a 19.
Oh! Where are you aiming? What are you
Coin
doing?
shot.
Face, chest.
Head and face.
So just as he you. And he runs and just like, oh, boom, as as his head explodes with actual like buckshot, and then you flip the barrel. It's like a one-shot barrel. You flip the barrel and throw some coins into it and click it back. It's like, and you reload it. One of the guys, after you shoot, one of the guys fires and kind of. He fires and like hits you in the back of the shoulder, but you have your vest on, so it like and kind of spins you around like towards him as he fires off a shot. Like he's like reloading, but you spin around and see him. You fire at him.
I fired 2 shots, one blowing his hand off.
And then another blowing his head off.
If I hit correctly.
Go ahead, Jeff. Well, you do. You fire at the hand and then fire at the head. Roll d20 plus 5.
Another not 20. I'm not even
Oh,
kidding.
what is it? What does it do? What is it?
Just blow from his wrist. Nothing.
And then face.
Yeah, and then his one eye.
As his head just fucking blows off.
Like that.
I got too excited. I'm sorry. As not only his head, but he was wearing like steampunk goggles, so it goes through the goggles like, and like there's a satisfying sound of metal and glass. One of them is coming at you with what appears to be like this axe, and he's swinging at you, and you just rip the thing out as the guy's screaming on the ground. What are you doing, Martin?
I want to swing the club to like hook the axe and like prevent it from hitting me. Yeah, I want to protect myself.
And then
I want to reach into my pocket where now my empty beer bottle is and slam it into his face.
so you go and as it's flipping out, you reach down, grab your empty beer bottle that you've had since the beers and years, and just bash him across. You turned this into a bar fight somehow. You brought the bar to him, and you bash him in the worst roll d20 plus 5 because you use scrappy shit. I guess that's what your class is.
12 altogether.
So just boom as he, and he's kind of screaming as his face is covered in glass. He was going sucker.
Can I go for a crotch shot with my foot?
Sure, roll a d20 plus 5.
16.
It's almost like a crunch somehow. It's
What
like
about a pop?
Crunch and a pop.
So testicles have exploded from kicks. That is a thing that can happen, and that's what happens here. And
Happened to me 3 times.
There's almost a silent scream coming.
That was good for me.
Like it's not even there, as it's just too intense.
Neither are those.
At this point, one of the other guys runs over and hits an alarm.
Can I blow his fingers off?
Well, do you want the alarm to happen or not?
No.
Do the distraction.
I know. I want to get higher.
Okay, fine. So roll d20 to see if you blow him up before he reaches the.
That's a 10.
Plus 5, 15. So yeah, so as he and all of his fingers disappear and he goes.
No.
What was that? So there's this massacre going on, but the alarm doesn't go off. Do you guys go anyway?
We already went.
Oops.
They got it already.
So you
While
guys
we were doing this, they
start
got
sweeping
the
up.
juice cube.
People, you guys see that people from other floors are starting to like go down because of it. They're starting to like yell because it's gunfire. And
Was that Jeff?
And as you guys start making your way up,
I thought it was character.
and you
Oh, Esther?
Yeah.
No, it was someone else's character.
Oh, cool. Sorry.
you go
No,
up
it's
a bunch of
I thought you
you
were
go up a
asking if
bunch
it
of
was
stories
literally.
No.
I was like,
I'm sorry, it's a good drawing.
until you reach the large dome area or the large kind of round oval area, and you can see
The Oval Office.
the massive ship inside, and you can see what appears to be they're just sitting there kind of relaxed for the moment. And you can see one person is scouting on the top, like of the whole thing, and as he's walking he stops and he looks, like as you, because you're kind of small if you stayed sort of away from it, kind of tiny. You're not like a ship, so you kind of rise up and he's like, and he raises a scope, and you can see he realizes what he's looking at. Do you want to do anything? You want to try to aim for him, or fly over to him before he reaches the hatch that he's running towards?
Yeah. Do that.
Okay, so you, and you're so fucking fast as he doesn't try to shoot as you're just fast as shit. So he turns and starts running for the hatch. And he's like,
So what is there, a window or something we can get? Or he's on top of the building?
he's on top of the building.
Oh, yeah. Grab him.
Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna reach out and grab him.
Yeah, sure.
You guys, as he dives for the hatch to be like, they're coming, and he just, and the gun
Never
clatters onto the roof. You're holding on to this man as he's
Does he have like a key or anything?
What?
Do you have identification?
What?
Are there like car keys or anything?
What do you mean? No.
Drop them.
No, wait, okay, there is car keys, there's keys. And do you drop them?
Yeah, but let's drop them on the thing.
On what thing?
On the roof.
Why?
Because then we'll hop down and we'll grab the keys if there's actually keys.
I don't think there's keys.
There's
though.
there's definitely
He lied.
keys.
He answered already.
I'm not lying,
I
no. So in the tower, there's two guys sitting there drinking. One of them's like, I don't know if she. I don't know, like trying to figure out what's going on with her. Well, did you try sitting down and talking to her? It's not that easy. I mean, it's hard for me to really like open up, but this isn't about you. This is about her. Something's wrong. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to her later. Yeah, I think you should, man. Thanks. What the fuck was that downstairs? So.
I mean, that's like 100 feet at least.
No, like they're in the lobby.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
sitting there talking.
The
The door near them kicks open and they go, hey, who are and both of their heads get blown off and Martin steals their shit off the table. One of them's still alive, you stab him to death and you keep going.
I kissed him on the forehead before I break his face.
You're on his back! You're on his back! Fuck you!
Why maybe you were panicking from all this noise?
We went
I'll
straight
feed
murder
you some
home.
coins when I find them. So you
We
can
literally
have
had the choice to probably kill
Do a fun
one
Do a
of them.
1950s greaser race, and then we
A steampunk race.
were murdering
We're
everybody.
not
They're
gonna
raiders, fuck them, they're outlaws. So, you guys are able to make it back to the roof. People may be none the wiser. Do you infiltrate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you leave your glider on the roof as it's not going to be able to fit through. You can go through, there's a smaller hatch, or there's the massive bay doors that are, I would say that he probably just keeps them open. So the massive bay doors are open if you want to crawl in there, but they're big and obvious. Or this hatch that leads down almost like rafters around the whole thing. Or you can take the glider into the bay doors.
Yeah,
if you
wait. Let's go into the bay doors.
Take the glider.
Okay, so you sweep in, and immediately they're like, whoa, what the fuck? And there's people like, whoa, grab your guns, because you're fucking obvious. What are you doing?
I want to fire at anyone I can see, but go right for the car.
Can we
Right
put
for
the
his big
displacer on?
airship? What?
The displacer?
Yeah, it's on. Boom. So you are protected as you're like, boom.
What happens when people get near it?
The displacer? It'll
Yeah.
smack them away. It's like one, but as some people are firing, it's like, boom, boom. You see one, boom, as it like hits this, what is a bullet, and then just out of thin air comes these like blue kind of particles that deflect the bullet. Do you drop down onto the ship, and are you like a distraction? Is that what's going on?
No, we're just trying to get in and get out. Oh, you know what? Let's do that, because that's too silly talk. I'll drop her off.
Okay, so you onto the deck of his ship. As soon as you land, there's one guy who seems to be like carrying a box, and he pulls out like a saber. It's like and comes running at you while you are busy fighting what appears to be someone up on the crow's nest, firing like a rattling kind of. It's like a as he's firing off at you.
I'll pull out my gun and I'll shoot.
Pull out my gun!
Okay, so you boom hit him in the chest. Roll for d20 now.
16.
Oh, and he hits the ground. He's like, whoosh, whoosh, you just fucking killed a guy. And you turn. There is the juice goose at the head of the ship.
Yeah, start.
All right, you run over. This thing's wired the fuck in. You can do it.
Yeah, but I'm wired.
It'll just take you some time. So I want you to just roll on d20 plus 5 because you're good at this.
Just take holy shit.
That's fine. Don't worry. You're doing it. It's not. You didn't break it or anything. So you're sitting there working on it. It's just gonna take her some time. Jeff, the one thing you notice, Callahan, you don't see Durbin. You saw him when he was sitting on the thing. You saw him. You're kind of flying around. One guy goes, boom, and he like bounces off. And you're like, whoa. And as you're kind of looking for him, like you hear, woo, and the airship.
Uh-oh.
And as you're working on it, you're like, and the airship aims up and boom, and just screams out of the hangar doors. It seems that he went for his ship first because that's what he cares about. You are as the thing, and it goes up and like a roller coaster down the tower as it just hauls ass, kind of using its hover shit against this, and then it sweeps into the city and kind of turns around and starts climbing back up the tower. It looks like he wants to come back to try to defend his turf. You are on it just like, ah! But
So what does this ship look like?
so it's like a big thing, like an airship, I'm imagining
I'm
almost like
picturing a boat.
I'm imagining like a pirate ship kind of with like
Okay.
I'm
wings
thinking
and
like
shit.
Planet Express ship, but steampunk.
So if I were
I think let's think pirate ship
Yeah.
with like wings and shit on it, and that's what it is.
if I'm able to can I blow up can I throw the backpack bomb down towards and have that blow up on the ship?
As it's making its way back up,
Yes, I don't
like use
I
gravity to
wouldn't-
just let it go and fall towards him. Choo, Jewel.
Yeah, so I wouldn't let it I wouldn't do it if it was gonna fall off. You know what I mean? So if he's upside down or whatever, I'm not gonna do it. But I want it to blow up on the ship. But I want it to blow up away from me. So it's
Sure. Yeah, you can as it's rising actually as it's going down, and as soon as it hooks and begins to sweep this way,
I'll just
you can just
buckle it.
and it. So I'm gonna say you do. As you do it, it flies right into the main mast as it just boom blows it up, and the whole thing goes and slams. And as it does, you hear you son of a bitch, and you turn around, and while you're on the end, he's at the helm and the wheel, and he has this pistol that seems to have a bunch of barrels, and he kind of.
I want to swing around
And you-
so that I'm on instead of I'm on the ship, now I'm hanging off and I'm working on it.
You're on the bottom of it as you just look down and you see the city as you're still with a wrench in your mouth, fucking undoing this thing. As you guys, you're making your way up one of the hallways. You reach one of the cubicle floors. Alex, as soon as you kick in the door, one guy fucking tackles you to the ground, just "Blah," and kind of hit the. Actually, no, let's say Martin, you're probably the first one. Let's say that's Martin. That's where Martin's bag to be. So Martin kicks the door down, yeah, boom, and gets trucked by some huge dude. You guys go rolling through some of the things as you come in. You're on his back. Ow, 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 ow.
I'm yelling at him get his face. And I'm rolling, trying to get myself.
It's like a blender too.
You roll, and a couple other guys come over and start whacking you with pipes. You're just ow, ow.
Wait, press the button right under my mouth.
I want to just
I turn off the sensor and turn on my legs and try to run on my back.
So you hop up. There's another man locked in as you guys roll. You roll and it throws one of the men through the ceiling. This robot's surprisingly strong as fuck. As one of the guys goes and smashes it. And you start running, and they're they're chasing after you.
Wait, am I on his back? I'm gonna tuck my legs. Are they chasing us?
Yeah.
Can I pocket sand their face as they chase us?
I say,
Yeah, I'm pulling at a
Just
gun.
literally between your legs, just start falling.
well, first pocket sand and then gun. So you pocket sand the big guy, and he goes, and then you plug two in his fucking chest as he just, and he just hits the ground as you start firing off Alex, you walk
This
in,
is delightful.
see that happen, and then you see what appears to be three other guys and they start firing at you as it's boom, hits the wall, and actually, one of them, boom, boom, as one of them kind of hits your armor, is and he puts a hole in your nice vest.
Can I unholster my pocket snake and throw it into his face?
So there's three of them, pocket snake to one, and then guns to the other two? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Is this a venomous snake?
So pocket snake, as it
You open a can of Pringles and the snake launches out.
and goes onto his neck, and he goes, what the fuck? As he's wrestling it, and the other guy goes, boom, boom, as you just fucking end them. As you walk over with your fucking, there are people that are coming out of the cubicles with knives and swords, and I assume it's just boom.
At a time like this, I just wish I had a bunch of pockets full of snakes. A utility belt with all just snakes coiled in
You know what to use your money for.
As you're walking through, capping some people that are popping up from behind the things boom, 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 and you get your foot near the snake as the man has already died from the poison. And let's say it's like one of the world's most venomous snakes that has become your friend. And it begins to crawl up your leg as you're like boom, 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 up the snakeskin boots and back up into its little pouch as you're just fucking walking, killing people. It's crawling up your leg, which I just love the look of that, and the idea is ridiculous, and I love it.
Beautiful.
It's a very fucking Quentin Tarantino villain or hero you are right now. You guys, you can see that Nidris is on the ship. She's on the front of the ship, and the ship is coming back. You hop out, and as he sees you, you see these two big cannons come out the sides with these hinges, and just boom, boom, and it's just boom, boom. But you can probably dodge out of those pretty quickly. I'm gonna say you do because you're so small. What are you gonna do to help?
Go towards the ship. It's just coming at it.
The mast is busted and broken, but there's still the huge propellers on the back, and the wings are flapping as it's making its way towards you.
What are the wings made out of?
Some sort of leatherish material and metal for the ribbing or the bone structure of it.
I want to try to fly through one.
So crumbly.
You rip through one of them with your the orb protects you from it. As it does, boom, the orb kind of slashes off as you were being shot, and then this would have really hurt you, so it disappears as the whole ship. And he goes, "You cocksucker!" And he's shooting at you with his handgun. It's just one of them as it hits your arm because you don't have any armor, and your new shirt is blood and oil all over it. It's just ah fuck, as he's just, come on you. I want you to roll d20 again.
Okay.
Not quite. Need a little bit more time, but it's coming loose.
Time for a new one.
What are you gonna do? He goes, come over here, fight me like a man, you fucker.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Roll d20 to see how hard you hit.
Fuck it, just immediate 20.
Plus anything?
Done me
Plus
dirty.
5.
14.
14. So I'm gonna say you probably go under his ship so he can't see you. He goes, where are you, you? And then you're upside down as you glide over him and fires. He goes, and hits the ground as he's oh, motherfucker. As you disappear, and he's and he grabs his wheel, and the ship is not doing so well. Now it's moving around. It grinds against one of the other glass towers. And it kind of smashes into it as it moves around, and you can see it made a big gash in one of the glass towers, and it keeps going, and he's oh fuck me, and he's bleeding a lot from the chest, but he begins to follow you and chase you around. But you're fast as shit. You're just as fast as he is. So instead he and begins to bail, and looks like he's trying to fly away now, with her still on it. Do you chase?
Yeah.
You're actually doing pretty well. He has to dodge out of the way of the buildings, which is hard for him. Looks like he can't get too much altitude right now, but you're able to so as long as he's in the ruins, you're catching up. But if he gets out of those ruins, you're fucked. He's gonna get way ahead of you with Nidris on there. And as you're kind of through whipping your way through, I want you to roll d20 plus 10 because this is your shit to try to catch up.
20.
A natural 20?
Just 20.
Just 20? You are coming up behind him, and I'm going to say you're right alongside as he's sitting there bleeding, driving, hauling ass, and you're next to him as you guys are both getting out of the way of buildings while so it's every once in a while, as buildings and towers and shit are getting in your way, as you're and he pulls out his gun and it's and kind of flipping around.
Does one take out the ukulele playing bobblehead girl on your desk?
Yes, she's just gone. One of them goes through the sail, and you're as he hit a little bit of your sail, and he's and kind of firing off. What do you do?
I want to. About how much space is between us?
It changes. You get close, then you'll have to move. You know what I mean? From buildings. So I'm gonna say there can be a time when you're right up next to him, and then there's times when you're back here. If that depends on when you want to act.
I want to. I guess get as close as I can, and if I can't get right over him, I'll jump from the windracer onto him.
Roll a d20 again plus 10 because this is your business.
17 plus 10.
The 27.
So as you roll again plus 5.
Either that or I'm sorry and just
like completely upside down. So as you're like and he's at one point you disappear and he's like. And then he hears, and he looks that way, and then you disappear again. And he's like, as you keep fucking with him, trying to make it so that he can't get a beat on you, and then you fly. As you're flying, we see the back of his ship, and then we see your ship kind of pull like in front of the camera. You know what I mean? And as you start hauling ass towards it, there is what appears to be like a sign that used to be part of the thing, but it's now like it's all like gears and wires, and it's like a giant donut, and like a person holding a donut, and it like blocks your passage, but if you time it right and you through the hole of the donut and upside down, and he's like as you just with the wingman and just. And the bullet flies through, hits right between his eyes as it and like fires out as he just hits. And as soon as you do, you're flying upside down, and you can see that Nidris has the goose, and the goose is now loose from the ship and has the goose, and you're upside down, so you could reach out and you guys grasp the goose together. You grasping the goose's neck and Aegis grasping its legs as you and lift her off the ship, as you see the ship just and crashing, destroying one of the buildings, one of the old ruined buildings, and just tumbling into the street. And as you begin to make your way away, you see you're holding her. You flip back over so that you both have the goose and you're both on the ship.
Do you want to just go back to town?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys ride off into the sunset with the juice goose. You three.
As the glass tower, each level is getting red and red.
You three.
Filling with blood.
You three kick open the doors of what used to be like the hangar, like office area of Durban. You kick it open. There's a couple of guys there. Just boom, boom. You with probably still with the coin shotgun. Boom. As there's like coins in someone's face. You chilling with like your legs crossed at this point as you start. Bang! Bang! Like, this is fucking chill. As you're just hanging out.
The death bot is not
There's one guy on the ground who's like, he just pockets the, like, lazily pocket sand him as he's like, and you just, like, snake. You go walking and your snake bites him as he's got pocket sand in his eyes. And crawls back and you guys look around, there's no ship. There's no Nidris or Callahan.
What the hell?
And there's no Durban, and there's no ship whatsoever. And it looks like there was a fight in here.
Guess it's our tower now.
Yeah. You want to raid the tower and claim it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we go back to the town. You guys arrive back at the Beers and Gears. And once you get there, Winston is waiting. Oh my goodness! Now, do you bring him the juice goose?
What do you think?
You could be the fastest man alive if you keep it for yourself.
This thing seems to have some sort of fuel that they put into it, and it seems to just endlessly replicate what you put into it. It's some like advanced, very rare, very badass fuel that he got a hold of and put it in this thing, so it just nitros your ship if it's hooked to it.
So, I mean, if we wanted to run away, we probably wouldn't have gone right back to him.
Oh, you don't have to. I'm sorry, I said that. Let's say
it's okay.
let's say that you are getting near town now. What do you do?
He wants to use it for a water fountain.
He literally wants to use it to make juice perpetually, forever. He's
any-
also rich, and he hired people to go get it back, and they did. He could always hire more.
None as good as
Do you have any ties to Lone Star?
Who's Lone Star?
The city. Apparently not. I mean, we're holding perpetual energy in our sack right now.
It's like
Ew.
It's like a reverse It Follows. You could literally just
We could change the
take it where we
world.
go.
Do you want to leave Lone Star?
I'm okay with that. I mean, there's plenty that I could do with this thing.
You're an engineer.
Yeah. We could make the best ship ever.
We can make the best ship ever.
You could finally win a race.
Finally.
God damn.
You drop her.
Just one elbow.
I can find another engineer.
Let's do this. Sunset.
You guys ride off, going past Lone Star. We cut to see Winston.
Checking his watch.
You think they're gonna be back anytime soon? They're not coming back, sir.
You paid him both.
Oh, the birthday. And there we will leave it, ladies and gentlemen. As you three check out, I guess your new
the new,
you can get
the
your
new
vehicles
gang
back.
lords in the.
Yeah.
And perhaps you two have made many enemies, abandoning your team and stealing from a very wealthy toy maker.
I mean, we.
I forgot he was a toy maker.
Killing some of your own
Yeah.
kind. killing some of your own kind and, I don't know, not dying, unfortunately, but maybe you found a new joy in life. Killing others.
Nobody got what they wanted, but we got what we needed.
What?
No. So, we will leave it there. That was, again, how we used to run one-shots. That's my way of playing. No real stats or anything, just...
Evan came.
It's all discretion.
Is that what you're
What?
Is that what you're
Evan game? Is that what he said?
He didn't say game.
What did he say?
I don't even want to finish my sentence.
Said Evan Kane.
It
That's it, though.
sounded,
That's it.
sounded like he was about to say something else. And
He said he just sings songs of Evan Kane. That's it.
I was gonna say it took you weeks to come up with this storyline, but I said Kane instead of came up with.
Oh yeah, no, just right here. You can just do that. And now, maybe I have characters in my canon.
That was
There
the
you go.
G throwback.
That was like what we used to play. This Talia, since you've never really experienced it before, this was how we always used to play
Oh my
RPGs.
goodness.
And I miss it like
That was
this.
good.
Only with good music.
Oh, except we used to have music. Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh yeah.
The
What
Men
kind
in
of,
Black
You
will
remember
come and
when-
kick down
I think
that door.
Ballroom Blitz when you guys would start that fight with the tower just so
When Cairo was doing the music when we were playing in the Sham House that one time, he had it like on lock.
Oh my god, he was so good at it. He knows exactly, yeah. He would use like anime music
Yeah.
and like video game music. He was perfect with it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It
Yeah.
was like smoking aces towards the end though, going up the tower.
Yeah, it was.
I guess we'll see how the audio worked, but either way,
Why is it not
an
recording?
Incredible game. Yes, it shut.
Alright guys.
Alright, gang.
Alright,
This was
gang.
fun.
Alright, guys.
Alright.
Now we can talk about the good D&D.
Till next time.
The good the good
I know,
campaign. The good campaign.
The good guy campaign.
Yes.
Just the good
I mean, I'll
campaign.
eventually give you guys a rundown of the world. I mean,
Olive
we're not
Garden.
there yet, so
Olive Garden.
but I'll give you guys like more detailed rundown. But if there's any like
My new
immediate,
Italian
like,
restaurant.
can I have a car? Can I have a plane?
know.
By all means, ask me.
I
The answer is
asked
usually yes.
Last time.
Yeah.
My brain does not work.